Official. I think it started. Yay! Welcome all. I am Vegan Stoner Lady. I am live on both YouTube and TikTok. And I want to know why you're not vegan. Hold on one second. All right. So I'm only going to talk to 18 and older. So if you're under 18, I don't want to speak to you. You're welcome to hang out in the chat. We're ready for you. Well, good. I'm glad you're ready for me. There is a chance that we'll have to end the live early. My partner and I share the same computer room, and there's something happened over the weekend at his work, so there's a good chance that I might have to end the live, but it's okay. I'll be back at the end of the week, so keep an eye out on anti-animal use and Vegan Stoner Lady this weekend, okay? All right, shout outs. No injustice lasts forever. You're the first one, or at least you're the first one I see. Awesome. Congrats on that. And then Vegan Heretic, I see you next. Little Vegan Peg, what's up? Fly Sensei, I see you. Vegan Kaz. Oh, it's good to see you guys. I did say YouTube first. That's funny, yeah. Don't worry, TikTok. We like TikTok too. TikTok shop, as they say. TikTok shop. Okay. Let's go ahead and run over our background. And if you're not vegan, please feel free to request up if you're over 18 and you're willing to talk about why you're not vegan. So I'm Vegan Stoner Lady. You can call me Vegan Stoner Lady, VSL, or Anna, whatever you're comfortable with. And I want to know why you're not vegan yet. Veganism is an ethical stance against the exploitation of other sentient beings. So I don't want to demand someone else's exploitation because I don't want to be exploited. It's pretty simple. Other animals are sentient. They care about what happens to themselves. They can feel. They have emotions, just like us. And although they may not think exactly like us, look like us, come from the same backgrounds, they still care about what happens to themselves. And just like us, they deserve their inherent rights to be respected. So to not be exploited. Hey, Anique, Lambretta, hi. Oh my gosh, good to see you. Raven TWTW. I'm not as familiar with your name. Welcome in, welcome in. The Wandering Mason and Sabby Coops. What's up, Spooky? It's good to see you. I don't have a way to put an octopus on the screen. Stone Lass. Oh, that's a good one too. A Stone Lass. I'm not Irish though. Mostly German. I don't even know what my dad is. My dad is like a Heinz 57. He's just a mix of everything. So. I'm half Heinz 57 and half German. All right, so I see some thoughts in the chat. All right, getting an Impossible Burger. That's awesome. They're pretty realistic. The first time I had one, because it was at an Omni restaurant, I was really concerned that they did not give us the vegan patty. So we didn't finish it. We like took a bite and then we're like, yeah, I can't eat this. I gotta throw it away. Tastes too real. But we had it later at a fully vegan restaurant and it still tasted pretty real. So yeah, they did a good job. Hey, Jake, what's up? Hey, so those that are curious about veganism, go check out Jake Lagaterre's animaljustice21.org. Great resource, just a great place to find other new vegans and to, go through a challenge that's actually ethical, focusing on the animals, not so much just your diet. There's diet stuff there too, and you can ask questions, but it's more focused on the real reason that you should be vegan. So, yeah. Yeah, so it's not about taste pleasure. What we're here talking about are that these individuals feel that animals want to live and they want to avoid suffering and enjoy having the next pleasurable experience, right? Just like us. And if we don't need to use them, what morally justifies what we do to them? Like, don't we consider poking animals with sharp objects when we don't need to, just for pleasure? Don't we consider that immoral? Like if we see a child hurting animals for fun, that's usually a red flag, not a, oh, they're going to grow up to be a great person. So when you say animals taste good, humans taste like bacon, right? So if we taste good, does that now morally justify enslaving and farming humans? So animals unalive each other, humans unalive each other. Does that morally justify it? No, that doesn't justify it. We shouldn't unjustly unalive each other. It's immoral because we're not getting a use out of them that way. You don't need to use them. If it's immoral to not get a use out of somebody, then you are immorally not getting a use out of everyone around you right now. Right? What about people that just pass you by on the street? What about homeless people? They don't do anything for you. Does that mean you can exploit them? Of course not. All right, so we have some children in the chat, I see. So if you're over 18, I'll talk to you, but if you're not, I'll drop you, okay? Are you over 18? Oh, you are not. I heard the throat clear. JR, are you over 18? Okay. 48. Are you 18?
JR, are you over 18?
Teddy Bear, are you 18?
Yes, I am.
Mr. Peely Twist, are you over 18?
Yes, little bro.
Oh, I'm not a little bro. MG, are you over 18?
I don't care.
I know you don't care. TikTok cares though. All right.
Hello?
Hey, big black jacked up truck, are you over 18?
Yes, I am over 18.
You guys, go color a picture or something. Go play a game. Go do something that you should as a child. Don't come up onto vegan panels when you're under 18. Decodist, are you over 18?
I'm 19.
You're 19?
Yes.
Okay. Are you vegan first?
No, I'm not.
What's veganism?
Like vegan is like when you only eat plants.
So it's actually an ethical stance against the exploitation of other sentient beings. Does that align with your own principles?
Yo, what?
Are you against the exploitation of others?
No,
So exploitation means to use someone unfairly for your benefit. You're okay with that?
I'm okay with that.
So if someone bigger and stronger wanted to do things to your body without your consent, you're just going to chalk that up to moral?
Yo, what does this have to do with veganism?
So what is veganism?
Vegan is like when you only eat plants.
Dude, are you seriously thicker than rocks? Like, I just gave you the definition. My God. That was silly. You need to go back to school, clearly. Sarp, are you over 18?
Fuck you, mom, you little twat.
You are a little twat, yes. Spade, are you over 18?
Yes, I'm over 18.
Guys, if you're under 18, go away. I don't want to talk to you. I know you're really desperate for attention. I know it. You probably need your diapers changed. Go find your guardian. I'm not your guardian. Okay? I know you think you're tough. I know that you think that you won't be taken advantage of, but you might. There's a lot of dangerous people on the internet. You need to be careful. Finger, are you over 18?
Yeah.
No, you're not. Ben. All right. Are you over 18?
Yeah.
All right. My God. You guys, come on. Like, go away if you're under 18. I genuinely do not want to talk to you. I'm going to talk to the chat for a bit because there's just too many children. So veganism is an ethical stance. Listen up, children. Are you listening, kids? Veganism is an ethical stance against the exploitation, big word there, exploitation. Exploitation means to use someone unfairly for your benefit. So it'd be like I meet you outside and I make you dig a hole for me, regardless of what you want to do. You want to go play with your friends, you can't. You have to stay with me. I smell bad. I haven't showered. I'm going to be real close to you. I'm going to make you dig that hole, inhaling my body odor. Do you think that's fair? Or should I just leave you alone? I should probably leave you alone, right? That's what the animals want. But instead, they're forced into cramped little spaces. Instead, they're forced to be molested by smelly farmers because you give your money to those people. If I gave my money to a Schmidt man, someone who's going to unjustly take someone's life, am I not culpable for what that Schmidt man does? I know, it sounds funny. Sounds like poop man. A pew pew man. Is that moral for me to give money to a pew pew man who's going to go unjustly take someone's life? What if it was you that was the target? Would you find that fair? I'm sure you wouldn't. And like half of you are not even listening. You're just so focused on coming up here to say a bad word. It really makes me sad. It shows that your parents have failed you. We have a lot of bad parents here. Your parents are bad parents. It's really sad. I hope they're listening. I hope that they do better and, start taking control of their kids so they don't get in trouble, get hurt by other adults. That's what parents are supposed to do. Instead, they're just staring blindly into their own phones. They don't even know where their kids are. They're here trying to ask me to babysit them. Your parents did fail you. If you're under 18 and you're in here, you have crappy parents. Crappy, terrible parents. Oh, thank you, Sabby. David, are you over 18?
Yes, I am.
All right. What year were you born?
I was born in 2007, November.
Okay. Are you vegan?
I am not vegan.
Okay.
I happily eat meat on a daily basis.
What does veganism mean?
What is what?
What does veganism mean?
Veganism, as you've said before, and I was listening, because, I am in school. I will be a senior next year.
Well, it still sounds like, you're over 18. And my point was, if you're under 18, your parents should be watching you.
I am over 18. I did fail a grade. I am very disappointed in myself because of it. But veganism
Don't be disappointed
is
in yourself.
something
Did you
about
accomplish it?
exploitation.
Did you?
Did I accomplish
Are
what?
you doing well now? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Well, focus on the future. I'm sorry that, things got hard, but the fact that you're still in school and you're keeping it together, that's fantastic. So keep going. You got this.
Yes.
Okay.
But, what was I
I'm
saying?
sorry. I distracted you. I want to know
veganism-
why you're not or what
Okay.
veganism is first, and then we'll talk about why you're not vegan.
Veganism is something about not agreeing with exploitation of animals.
Yeah, it's saying that if I can avoid demanding your exploitation, I will avoid demanding it. Okay.
Yes. Well, like I said in the beginning, I do happily eat meat on the daily basis because my body cannot survive without meat.
Okay, what do you need from animal products that you can't get from other sources?
Well, my body needs a lot of protein, considering I have a lot of health
How much
issues.
protein do you need in a day?
Like, maybe about 50 grams.
You need more than that. 50 grams is not enough. That's pretty low. So yeah, I'd aim probably a little closer to 100. It is dependent on your body weight, so look this up because I'm not a nutritionist, but I'm pretty sure that 50 is the low end. You can get up to like 500 on a whole food plant-based diet if you really wanted to.
Well, I mean, I have been drinking smoothies a lot recently, but that's because I've been craving them.
That's fine. So what I would suggest is eating things like soy curls, tempeh, seitan, things that are like mostly protein that are plant-based. And I actually even have resources. If you go to antianimaluse.org, I have it's from nutritionfacts.org, but it's all my resources are in one spot. You could look up the Vegan Daily Dozen if you prefer, and it just shows you how to get everything you need on a whole food plant-based diet, including over 50 grams of protein. Yeah.
Yeah, like someone in there just said, tofu is another thing. I don't like tofu.
Okay, you don't have to eat tofu. You can eat
is
seitan. Seitan is the protein from flour. Do you eat bread?
I do eat
Okay.
bread. I do eat a
All
lot
right,
of bread.
so the protein that's in wheat is called gluten. And they actually you can go buy just gluten if you wanted to, or you can buy pre-made seitan, which is just, it's the protein of the flour mixed with some, maybe a little oil and water. And then you can like season it. Unless you buy it pre-made, then it'll already be seasoned. And it's very similar to flesh. It's not exact, but it gets you a lot of protein, and it's quite tasty if you season it.
Also, before you move on, there's someone in chat, literally someone in chat, saying animals are food, not friends. So you're saying you would kill your dog or cat and then eat them?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the same question to you. Like, so why wouldn't you eat a cat or a dog?
Because those are my children.
Okay, so what about a cat or a dog that you're not taking care of right now?
I still wouldn't kill
Okay,
them
but why?
because I'm not big on animal cruelty.
So what separates
Like,
a
if
dog from a cow?
well, I mean, dogs and cows are totally opposite animals. Dogs are smaller. Well, some dogs are smaller. Cows are bigger, and I mean they're gonna die
So's a
anyways.
dog.
But I know dogs do
So I'm
die.
trying to ask you, what's the
But
morally
cows
relevant
live a shorter
difference?
life than what
What's
dogs
the
do.
morally relevant? No, they don't. Cows? How long do you think cows live for?
Wait,
How long do
never
Yeah,
mind.
cows can live to be 20, if not 40. But we take their lives at 6. So let's say I open up a dog farm, and I really like making punching bags. So I raise these dogs till
Ooh.
they're about 2 years old. I take them out to a forest where they're just running around happy, and while they're not looking behind their head, I pew pew them. And then I turn them into a punching bag that I can go ahead and get entertainment from. 2 years old. Do you think that's moral?
Yeah, no.
What's wrong with that?
Absolutely everything.
Well, so that's why I ask, what's the morally relevant difference between dogs and cows? Because we do that with cows.
Okay, so yes, I know you can have cows as pets, but dogs, cats, guinea pigs, everything like that, those are morally used as pets.
Well, in your culture, right? There are other cultures that eat guinea pigs, dogs, and cats.
Yeah, true.
So then what is the morally
But
relevant difference between those animals, cows, pigs, and chickens?
how about this? Let's go back to
I
back
want you to answer
when
my question.
Native Americans
I know
were
it's
still
hard
around.
for you, but I need you to sit there and think about it. What is it that makes it okay to put knives in the throats of cows, pigs, chickens, fish, but not dogs, cats, and guinea pigs?
Because, like I said, they're morally used as
See,
pets.
David, you're literally saying my culture is right and other cultures are wrong.
That's not
Then
what I'm
why
saying.
is it wrong for another culture to eat guinea pigs and dogs?
Because that's
No,
their
I asked,
culture,
why
not
is
ours.
it wrong?
I never said it
So
was
it's
wrong.
okay to eat guinea pigs, cats, and dogs, in your opinion.
That's not what
Do you
I'm
see
saying.
how we're
though.
going in a circle? You're contradicting yourself. Is it wrong to eat cats, dogs, and guinea pigs? Yes or no?
In other
Is it wrong
cultures,
in
it is
your
okay,
opinion,
just
David?
not
Stop
our
being wiggly. I'm asking you directly. Do you find it immoral for me to eat dogs, cats, and guinea pigs?
I mean,
Do you find
my
it
culture-
moral?
Hold on,
David, if you
hold
can't
on.
answer me, I'm going to move on. You're dodging me because you know where I'm going. You're trying to be slippery because you see the point I'm making. There is no relevant difference. None. Zero. There is no morally relevant difference that you're allowed to put a knife in one animal but not the other. It doesn't make sense. They all want to live. They don't want to feel pain. and you don't need to use them at all. All you can think about is your pleasure, though. All you can think about is using their bodies to get off your pleasure, your sensory pleasure. You can literally get every nutrient you need from other sources. You do not need to use
I
animals.
mean, I could.
A cow, they're called grass puppies. They like to play with balls. They'll chase balls in the grass. They remember faces. They make friends. They've even been studying how dairy cows talk to each other. They name each other. Like, to me, that's, I don't know dogs to do that. If someone, let
Yeah,
me
true.
propose a question to you. If someone has,
All right,
if
go
someone
ahead.
has the capacity to suffer, do they deserve moral consideration? Should we consider their best interests before our benefits?
Sorry, repeat your question. I got
That's
distracted.
fine. If someone has the capacity to suffer, the ability to feel pain or not be happy, if someone has that ability, should they be considered morally? Should we think about their best interests before we use them for our benefit? If someone can feel?
True.
Okay. Well, that's what veganism is. It's recognizing that animals feel and that we don't need to use them, that there's all these alternatives that we could use and spare them.
Well, I disagree with that, but
What
I do
part?
still
What
respect
part
you
do you
either way.
disagree with?
Well, there's a lot of things about veganism that could
But
be
what
wrong.
out of what I
but
just
like I
said, what is wrong?
like y'all do think that you can get your nutrients from
I
plants.
can. Do you know what the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics is?
No,
They're
I do
the
not.
largest body of nutrition and dietitians in the world. Largest body of them. They come together and they do studies. They have the collective opinion that a well-planned plant-based diet is safe and healthy for all stages of life. Infancy, adolescence, childhood, adulthood, elderly age, even athletes. It's preventative to many of our chronic ailments. People who eat more plants and fewer animal products live the longest.
True.
These are
True.
just side benefits, though. Like, even if you could somehow be slightly healthier using animals, I would still argue that we should go vegan because these animals care about what happens to themselves. If you lost your ability to think about complex things, you would still want to be respected, right? If you lost
True.
every limb on your body, you're not able to give back to society, you're only able to care about feeling comfortable, you still want to be respected.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. So, you know, animals like living, right?
They have a preference, yeah.
What about animals that also eat other animals?
Yeah.
How do you feel
Yeah.
about that?
I don't like predation, but I can't communicate with them. And they're mostly surviving a harsh environment. Like, we have grocery stores, they do not.
Yeah, true. But what if all the grocery stores shut down?
Well, I mean, what would happen is everyone would starve because most people don't even know how to get animal products.
What about the people who know how to hunt?
Okay. What about them?
They could easily get their
So
nutrients
could people who
by hunting.
forage. We have a lot more knowledge today than we did when we were living out in the forest, right? We know how to make plants into thicker proteins now. Like, we don't need to pretend like we're way back ancestors didn't know anything, right? We know medicine now. We know technology now. It's okay that we know those things. It's okay that we don't necessarily know how to do everything we did as our ancestors. We can do better now. We can be more efficient together.
Okay, let's go back to when Native Americans were in
No,
America.
we're not going to do that
Whenever
because you're
the colonists
tokenizing
were.
a group that
Hold
you're not a
on.
part of, and I'm not going to play that game. If you're trying to find a loophole in veganism, veganism recognizes self-defense. Veganism recognizes when you're in extreme times of necessity. I'm not going to places where people don't have access to all their resources and shaming them. If somebody from a background that has a really high obstacle to going vegan, I'll still talk to them. I think everybody should be looking at animals as someone's, not something. But you have options. You don't have the excuse of living somewhere where you don't have a grocery store. You have a grocery store. So there's nothing holding you back. Why don't you live in alignment with your own principles instead of looking at other people and being like, well, they can do it. Why can't I?
That's not what I'm
Well,
saying.
I don't
But
want to talk about other groups unless they're here to defend themselves.
as I was saying before you did interrupt me, back whenever the Native Americans and colonists were in here, the Native Americans believed that the buffaloes were their friends, but they had to use them for food, for clothes, and for health.
What's your point? Why are you bringing this up?
There are some people out there who cannot just eat.
David, why are
plants.
you referring to other people? Are you them? I'm not talking to them. I'm
You
talking
never
to
know,
you.
it could be.
Why aren't you vegan? Do you see my question? It says you. It doesn't say why isn't the world vegan? It says why aren't you vegan?
Well, I'm not vegan because I just can't.
You
I
can.
mean, I've lived on meat.
You can. You don't even know how much protein you need in a day. It could be that you're just not eating enough. 50 grams of
I eat
protein is
plenty.
not enough. How tall are you?
Well, that's just within
How
one
tall?
meal.
One meal?
6'2".
I asked you how much protein you need, and you said 50 grams.
Listen, I'm half asleep.
Yeah, I can tell.
Like, I literally just woke
Yeah,
up. and that's
you're
it.
just making excuses now, which is pathetic. You're being a child, be an adult. Welcome to adulthood. Take responsibility for your choices, okay? Saying, oh, I didn't get enough sleep doesn't cut it, buddy. Go be responsible. You want to live as an adult in this world? Act like it. Move your hand. Make choices. Don't be, oh, but everyone else is doing it. Haven't you heard that phrase? Like, oh, if your friends are jumping off a cliff, are you going to jump off too? That's what I thought, David. You are a child. Yeah, so your parents are bad parents. You have terrible, bad parents. I'm sorry for that. Bad parents. You should go tell them. Anna said, you're a bad parent. And then bring them on here and I'll talk to them. Fernando, are you over 18?
Yep.
What year were you born?
2009, but I'm not.
Mhm. My God, guys. I'm so tired of talking to children. Please go away. Wyman, are you over 18?
Yeah, born 99.
Are you vegan?
No.
Oh, what's veganism? Hello? You teacupped. I can't hear you if you leave the app. No? I don't know what happened. Okay. Blurry for some reason. Why? What is happening? Why is it so blurry? Huh. That's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. Hello? What is happening? Hold on a second. This, my camera's not working. There. Look at my brain. Okay, it looks a little better. I don't know why it has a yellow sheen to it. I changed the lighting for some reason. Okay. Oh, Dublino, I see you. I don't remember our conversation going so well yesterday. Oh, I'm going to go with someone else for right now. I don't know if I really want to talk to you, Dublino. Maybe I'll bring you up next. Prince of Gnomes, are you over 18? Hello? Oh,
Sorry.
I'm so sorry. I will not talk to people that are under 18. I don't want you to be comfortable with adults. Adults are dangerous, especially on the internet. Please stay away. It's fine to hang out in the chat, ask questions. Don't go up onto adult panels, okay? It's not okay. I actually do want to look at my chat here for a second. I look really unhealthy. Well, thank you. I'm pretty healthy. I'm slightly overweight. I've been eating a little more junk food lately. It was my birthday recently, so. Yeah, plants aren't sentient. They don't feel pain. I am using AI for my images. Yes, yes. If you're upset with the water use in AI, you should live vegan because the water use difference is it can be from 30 to 300 times more water for animal ag every year. So if you're worried about water use, stop enslaving and exploiting other animals. Yes, animals eat plants. They eat a lot of plants. They eat more plants than you do per day. And we feed 92.2 billion land animals every year. 92.2. 92.2. You know, we haven't even had that many humans exist on this planet. The whole existence of the planet. We haven't had even 92.2 billion humans yet. And yet we wipe that number of animals off this planet every year. Well, we unalive 83, but we raise every year 92.2 billion. We have to feed them, house them, all of that. The little remaining 10 billion it's the way that they measure, cuts off the last 10 billion. Mr. Nice Guy, are you over 18? Are you over 18?
Chicken is good.
Vegan chicken is good. Yes. Vegan chicken has been down for a while. They've gotten it down. All right, Dublino. All right.
Good afternoon.
So why are you still not vegan?
I will never be vegan. Like I said to you yesterday, my body operates on fat. I eat fatty cuts of meat. That's how my body.
That was crazy delayed. Peyton, are you over
Hello,
18?
Yes, I am. I was born 2004, October 20th.
Okay.
All right.
Are you vegan?
This isn't true. No,
Okay.
I am not.
Real quick,
I would
just to
like
make sure we're on the same page.
argue my
What
point.
is veganism?
I believe I've been watching you. I don't exactly know what veganism is. I also joined for a part of you to explain that.
Can you go somewhere without the TV in the background, just because it's loud?
Oh no, here. I'm sorry. I was watching Family Feud. I'll pause it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
So veganism is an ethical stance against the exploitation of other sentient beings. I don't want to demand someone else's exploitation because I don't want to be used unfairly for someone else's benefit. Do you relate with that?
Okay. I understand.
Do you want to be used for somebody else's benefit without your consent considered?
No, not exactly.
What's your question?
Okay, I do have one question. Are you against killing living organisms?
No.
Okay.
Veganism is that ethical stance against exploitation. We understand self-defense and we understand extreme necessity.
Okay, you do not have to answer this question if you don't like. That's my fault if it's through the boundaries, but are you a follower of Jesus Christ?
I am not, no. But there are plenty of vegans that are. I even have, there's Vegan Heretic. Often he's in the audience. You can find him on YouTube as well. He's on TikTok too. And he talks about how, what is that sound? My computer keeps making a bleep noise like I'm moving something. But he talks about how the Bible actually relates more to veganism than you think. Yeah.
Okay. So what I would like to say is, I do understand why people like to choose to go vegan. I have a great uncle that he I don't now he is vegan, yes, but he did eat fish, only fish for a while.
Yeah, I wasn't
But he is
vegan my
vegan
whole
now
life.
because okay. But I understand where a lot of people come from saying they're vegan and understand why they don't because I do understand the cruelty of
It's not
slaughterhouses
even
and
the
stuff. I do
cruelty.
understand.
It's the immorality of stealing someone's freedom to use them for your own benefit, and it's not in their best interest. That's the problem. Like if you switch out any animal, no matter what the treatment they're getting, like it could be the best treatment. If you switch them out with a human, would those practices still be considered humane?
Not exactly.
Exactly. So what is it then that separates humans from other animals that justifies what we do to other animals?
I think that okay, so personally I am not vegan. I do like to eat meat. Now, don't get me wrong. I appreciate my greens. I eat
I'm
plenty
not
of
here
them.
to advocate for you
And
eating your greens either. I'm here to say just stop using animals, just to be clear. Veganism isn't a diet. I don't care
okay,
what you eat.
then what's the problem with
So
veganism?
veganism is against exploitation. I'm against the slavery, the use of someone without their consent. So how did that individual become the object on your plate? It's not that it's
Okay.
cruel, it's that you're sending someone to their death. You're taking away their life for 15 minutes of pleasure. And you don't even need to take their life.
But there's not as much protein.
There's plenty of protein.
And fiber.
There's, oh my God, fiber.
You have to
Most
use,
Americans are not getting their
Yes.
fiber. Fiber only comes from plants. Animals do not have fiber.
You're telling me that lean cuts of meat
They do not have fiber. Meat does not have fiber.
Yes.
Fiber comes from
Yes,
plants.
it does. Meat
It
has
does not.
fibers in it.
Go look it up. It
Meat has
doesn't. Are you
fibers and
seriously going to
protein.
just sit here and die on this hill?
Well, you tried to tell me that meat
It
does not have
doesn't.
fibers in it. Yes, it does.
It does not have fiber. It
so-
only comes from plants.
Okay, I would also like to say, okay, so you're telling me if I eat, let's say I eat a 3-ounce piece of any meat, how much
Does
plants would I have to
meat
eat?
have fiber? Does not have fiber. Look at how quickly I found that. Even if somehow animals had plant fibers in them, which is just hilarious that you keep saying this, how does that justify taking their life? You can get fiber from plants. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm saying anything you come up with, I guarantee you can find a vegan source. There is no justification for you to pay for animals to lose their life. Nothing. Nothing.
Okay, I was wrong.
It's fine,
I've always
but the
been told
point
that-
is,
that
do
meat-
animals feel? Do they
Yes, they do.
care about what happens to themselves? Do they
Okay,
care
so
what happens
that
to
is-
themselves?
Not
Wow.
exactly, 'cause
You
most
don't
of them
think
don't
they care about
comprehend
what
what's
happens
going
to
on.
themselves. So if I was to take a sharp object and poke them, you think they'd be like, whatever.
So some of them I feel it. Okay, it's
I'm
not.
sorry. I can't talk to someone who is denying that animals feel. That's what an oppressor does. An oppressor sees their victim as an object. A rapist doesn't care what their victim experiences. They demean it, in fact. Oh, they don't actually feel this. They don't actually feel this emotion. That's what you're doing to your victims right now. They do care what happens to themselves. They avoid death. They are sentient. Sentient means they have this ability to experience life. They have emotions. They have their own personal preferences. They want to have that next positive experience. All sentient beings share this. All of them, even your victims. They want to live. They do not want to die. And you don't need to demand that they die. You're the oppressor. What would you want your oppressor to do? Would you like your oppressor to keep exploiting you or stop? right? It's pretty obvious you'd want them to stop. They're not respecting you. Why would it be okay to do to other animals? Why? Humans are tasty. Humans taste like bacon. Does that mean we can now farm humans? Ridiculous. Honestly, I'm gonna keep the vegans off the panel for now. I do appreciate y'all. I might even have a shorter day, so I do appreciate all my vegans being in the chats though and supporting me there. I really do appreciate your work because you guys do probably the most work. There's a lot of garbage in there, and you're sifting through it to find the real people that are having genuine questions. And that effort is amazing. So thank you all for doing that. Thank you for keeping the chat safe. I need a moment to breathe. I hate when people make this lame garbage excuse that animals don't feel. You never seen a dog wag their tail? You never seen a dog cower? You never seen a dog have anxiety? Cows, pigs, chickens, and fish are just the same as a dog. Fish have emotions too. They remember faces. They have preferences of who they want to be around. They have hierarchies. They have to remember each other. People are so silly. If I was talking about dog markets, like dog meat markets, farming dogs for their flesh, all of you would be on my side. You'd be cheering me on. Yes, dogs feel. How could you do that to a feeling being? We love dogs. But for some reason, some of you have it in your head that it's like they're labeled externally by us. They're labeled as a pet. No actual trait to who can be a pet. A human can be a pet. We've literally had humans be pets, right? Everyone deserves moral consideration if they are sentient. Goku, are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm 27.
Okay. Are you vegan?
So I eat strictly plant-based, but in the aspect of not being able to use animals,
Okay.
no.
Okay. What is veganism?
So veganism is against the exploitation of animals and using them for whether it's goods, food, meat, everything under the sun.
So it's about not exploiting them, right?
Exploiting people. So this is the thing is I've been plant-based since I don't eat meat, I don't eat dairy, anything since I was 15. The thing is so little short story. I have a kidney transplant. I have 2 of them. I had one at 17, I had one at 23. I try my best to reduce my harming others, harming animals as much as I can. But the subject when it comes to veganism, when you were talking about veganism, we understand that in extreme circumstances, sometimes things have to be, like, for example, everybody was arguing about what happens if we had no grocery stores. That's not the point. What I'm talking about is, have you heard of situations where people who have no option to get a kidney transplant get pig kidney transplants in medical situations? So how does that fit? How can you, that's my moral question I have, because I do respect animals and I do try to avoid eating it, but I can't say to another kidney transplant patient saying, go vegan, or try to go vegan and avoid animal, when they're on a dialysis chair and need a kidney transplant from a pig.
Yeah, I don't know that I would tell someone what they should do medically. What I would do is talk to them about animals, their sentience, how they feel, and then it's up to that individual what they want to do. If someone chose to take the pig kidney, I'm not going to hold that against them, because I understand it's a very serious health situation, and vegans understand necessity and self-defense. So if someone needed to take life-saving medicine, even that was tested on an animal to death, right? I would still advocate that person take the medicine, but speak up for the victims now that had to be exploited for them. There is a way that we can improve our medical situations, including organs, without using animals. I don't necessarily know what that is, and I'm definitely going to look into it now, because that's the first time it's been brought up to me.
Mhm.
But the point is that even if there isn't an alternative, is that we speak up for one. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
But and
Yeah.
then and also the person
Yeah.
that I'd be talking to, instead of focusing on their kidney, I'd be focusing on every other aspect in their life. Their diet, their clothing, their entertainment.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, no, I definitely do. I tell them that's my outcomes
Mhm.
health wise. It's better. My nephrologist, my kidney doctors tell me my results are better than almost 99% of kidney patients because I'm vegan. Because I do it. Because meat has phosphorus. When your phosphorus is really high, your skin starts
Oh wow.
calcifying. That comes from meat. I mean, it means like the things that comes. It's horrifying.
Yeah,
It's
that's terrible.
terrifying. Meat also has excessive protein or potassium. Meat protein kills your kidneys.
Oh.
It kills your kidneys. I have genetics, but most people in the United States who end up on dialysis, I was born with it. It's because of diabetes and high blood pressure due to a carnivore diet or
Oh,
eating
that's so
excess meat.
terrifying because so many people are eating that way right now. And so many
Yeah, and
innocent
they
people,
say
they don't even
when
understand.
Yeah, that's why when people say, "Well, I like meat," well, no, if you're eating too much meat, you might have kidney disease, and you might be causing yourself to have kidney failure, and that's true. I've studied this a lot. The reason people plant-based and also meat has a lot of potassium. Potassium, when you have kidney failure, can cause heart
Oh
attacks.
wow. Yeah.
So I do try to advocate it in a way, saying that naturally, for example, we have diseases like, for example, have you heard of the disease that's coming in the United States that people get bitten by
Alpha
ticks
gal.
and they can't?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's evidence that humans can live without meat.
That's true.
That's evidence that
I've
humans
actually
can live
asked
without
people
meat.
that like if you suddenly had this allergy, would you be able to survive or would you just die? Yeah.
Yeah. But that's the only really question I wanted to ask about regarding veganism in the sense for
Yeah,
regarding
and
medicine,
because you're
right? Like,
plant-based, well, I would call you vegan. You
yeah,
sound like a vegan heart. You care about others. You're doing it for
yeah,
them, right?
mhm,
Yeah, that's what it
yeah,
sounds. That's what veganism.
yeah,
I mean, it's good that you get health benefits
okay,
too. It's good to be healthy as well. Um,
mm,
but
yeah,
because you come from that background, I will gladly entertain those
mm,
questions. I worry when non-vegans come
mm,
up here and ask those questions because they're trying to look for that loophole. But it's
oh,
about
yes,
how
yeah,
you see those animals. Do you see them as a someone or a something? And if you see them as a someone, you're gonna do everything you can before you take their life. But it's understandable. I mean,
mm,
if I was on a desert island and I had a human baby with me, and this is a really grotesque
mm,
example, but if I needed to survive, there is justification for me to take that life of the baby and eat them. I don't necessarily know if that's what I would
mhm,
do, but
mhm,
survival
yeah,
really does make some things justifiable. So,
yeah,
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 so
yeah. Yeah, but that's also the reason why I'm here, because people say, "Well, I have this disease." Most disease, there's almost no disability that prevents you from being
exactly.
vegan. And I have one of the worst where
Mm.
I couldn't
I'm
urinate.
so
I
sorry.
couldn't urinate. And no, but that's the thing. I was still vegan.
Yeah.
It was still vegan. I was still, not eating things. So there's no really excuses, because I was on a machine for 5 years. Since I was 15, I was a 2 transplants. So there's no excuse for people not to be vegan or to try to go towards
Such
that
a good
lifestyle,
point. I
to be
really
honest.
appreciate you saying
Yeah.
that. I'm
Mm,
trying to find
yeah.
you on my list. I don't see you. Can you give me a follow so I can follow you back? You can unfollow me if you want. I don't mean to like
Yeah.
make you follow me. I just can't find you in my list for some reason. Sometimes it doesn't.
Okay. I
Okay,
just
cool.
followed you
Awesome.
again.
I will. For some reason, you're not in my list. I'm so frustrated. But I will, after the live, I will follow you because you sound like such an awesome person. I definitely want to know you more.
Anyways, thank you. I'll let you go back to your conversations with everybody else. Hello?
Damn it. Thank you, Jake, for calling me out on that. That's so stupid. Lori's Lori. Oh my God. 200 Joule Sunshine. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Right now, we're looking at getting shirts for anti-animal use, and that's what that'll go to. Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. Can you hear me now? Okay. I'm sorry. It's so easy to bump. But anyway, yeah, so the next thing that we're trying to get right now are t-shirts for anti-animal use, and I'll post pictures of them today so you guys can see what we'll be looking like. But it's for our 1-year anniversary, which we already had, but we didn't come up with a design. We finally finished voting on it, so really appreciate y'all. It's because of you that we get to have those nice things. And our group gets to be stronger and bond together, and we can defend the animals more. Maps, I need you to calm down. Like, when you spam my chat, it makes me not want to talk to you, right? Like, thank you. All right. And because you did that, I'm not going to bring you up. No? Was it Slav? Slavkovic? Oh, looks like maybe you're not here. I don't know. It won't let you come up. Zeke. Hey, are you over 18?
Hello? Yeah, I was born in
Okay.
2007.
Are you vegan?
No.
Why aren't you? Or first off, what is veganism?
I heard what like your description is, and I'm not gonna just act
Okay.
like I know it. I can't
That's okay.
like
That
restate
happens
it.
to me too. Sometimes I'll hear something I can't exactly verbatim repeat it back. So veganism is an ethical
Yeah.
stance against the exploitation of other sentient beings. I don't want to demand someone else's exploitation, essentially. Does that align with your own principles?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I get that. Thank you.
Okay. So why aren't you vegan?
So when I'm not vegan just because I'm not gonna lie, I just haven't really tried it.
That's understandable.
I've thought about it. I've heard it's healthy, but
Well,
I
what
just
made you
have
think
to
about
kind
it?
of. Well, I just see it everywhere.
Okay.
When like people they try to defend veganism or try to turn people into vegans, they kind of like compare animals to humans, and I saw you were kind of doing that.
What's the
I
morally
just would like
relevant
to.
difference between other animals and humans that justifies the difference in treatment?
Well,
Oh, I can't hear you if you teacup.
oh crap! I'm sorry. I had it typed out, but I can't
Sorry,
remember.
take
But
your
like
time.
humans, humans do, or like animals do deserve treatment just like humans. But I feel like we shouldn't make them like
Oh,
identical
I'm
to
not talking
us
about identical. I'm saying
because
that inherently we care about our lives the same. That doesn't mean we're the same externally. Yeah. So
yeah,
I'm just saying,
yeah, I
if
get that.
someone was threatening my life, I'm going to want to live just as much as the pig whose life is being threatened. Okay.
Yeah, I get that. And I feel like there's kind of a wall because some animals, or most animals, they don't really know better. Because, like,
There's a lot
for
of humans that don't
example,
know better.
when they breed, yeah, just like that. Like, say a guy over the age, he like sexually assaults a girl, or
That's
SA,
okay.
I'm
It's
sorry.
TikTok. It's hard to know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But say they do that, animals don't really get a choice. And it's because, like, they don't know better. So, like,
Do you think that if a
for
human was to
example,
commit SA, that we should SA him or exploit them?
honestly, yes. If I have a daughter, no, I wouldn't say exploit, but not
Yeah,
essaying him.
exactly.
But
Maybe
if
we
we have a
seek
daughter,
justice, but we don't turn around and do cruel and unusual punishment, right? Yeah, we don't
yeah,
exploit others,
I
or we
say
shouldn't.
he gets, yeah, and that doesn't happen to animals because animals don't know better.
So what I'm saying
Because,
is,
like,
if we had a human that didn't know better, that committed a terrible act, we still would say you shouldn't exploit them. Maybe we seek justice and we separate them from the group to protect others, but we don't exploit them, or we shouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so why would that be different for other animals?
We don't really do that.
You're saying that other animals
because
do
we
things
don't.
to each other, therefore it's okay that we exploit them.
Well, we don't do anything
We
to
do.
animals.
We breed them.
They do that,
we
and we
put
just kind of
knives
turn
in
the other
them. We
cheek.
steal their families. We do all of that to them.
Well, to their side, like they breed no
No,
matter
they
what,
don't actually.
and they attack
They
each
don't.
other no matter
In
what.
fact, many of the animals.
How
So
do
many of the
animals?
animals that we use, we actually force them together. A lot of them are artificially
how do they?
inseminated. So a cow, for example, a dairy cow, it's like over 70% of dairy cows are artificially inseminated. A farmer puts a glove up to his shoulder, puts his arm into her bum, and uses her colon as a glove to find her cervix inside her body and hold it in place. And then they have a little pipette that is full of bull semen that they squirt into her vagina, and then they massage it into her. To get the bull semen, it's someone's job to put buzzy toys in a bull's bum until he goes. And it's like a farmer, his face is like this close to the dong. They take that and then they put it in the cow.
Yeah, I know that.
That's bestiality, isn't it? You're penetrating animals.
Well, it's not. It's for like a good.
Oh my God.
I'd say it's.
Are you telling me
it's
that there
their
would
job.
be some case where it's okay to do this to humans that can't object to their treatment?
No,
Then
humans.
what is the morally relevant
Humans
difference?
and animals aren't
What's
the
the morally
same.
relevant difference then?
Human and
Yes,
animals.
I know they're different.
They're not the
What
same.
is the morally relevant difference that justifies JOing animals but not humans? Tell me.
For the economy, because
So let's say I
farmers
could
do that.
actually birth human slaves, right, to benefit other humans, right, for the economy. Does that now morally
Slavery
justify me
stopped.
doing that?
We are not the same as
Zeke,
animals.
I think
Humans
I'm
and
going to move
animals
on. You
are not the
cannot
same.
comprehend what I'm saying. I'm literally, you're
no,
so focused on your point that we're different. But you know what, Zeke? You and I are different. I
You believe in
did.
me?
I'm a different gender. I'm a different person. I have different preferences than you. I think differently than you. I look differently than you, right? Our differences aren't the reasons
Yeah, I get that.
you should exploit me. It's our similarities that you should not exploit me, right? So
get that.
you have the same similarities with other animals. You've just been told over and over again that animals are different. You literally have not given me a single morally relevant difference. You just keep saying, which is begging the question, you keep saying we're different. Why are we different? What morally relevant difference makes it okay to stab them but not humans?
Well, what are animals
keep
doing
not
for
answering
us?
my
Say
question. What is the morally relevant? No, you're
I'm
not.
trying
You're
to.
asking me
I'm
a
trying
question.
to.
What is the morally relevant difference? If you can't answer, I'm going to end it.
Okay, so we have wild animals. You're kind of comparing us to wild
What is the
animals. Like say they
morally
were wild and
relevant
we
difference,
didn't,
Zeke? Why is it okay for me to stab a cow and not a human?
because they're not a
Begging
human.
the question again.
They don't have standards.
Begging the question again. Oh my God, why is my camera doing this? My camera is being a pain. Ugh. There is no morally relevant difference. There's nothing. Is it because there? Why? Why? Why is my camera doing this? Why? I think it's like hitting a button or something. There is no morally relevant difference between us and other animals. They feel, we feel. We have emotions, they have emotions. We don't want to die, they don't want to die. It's really that simple. Do they have anything that we need? No, they do not. They have nothing we need. God damn it, dude. I don't care that we're different. Just because we're different doesn't mean I can kick a dog for entertainment, right? That dog's experiences matter more than my benefits. The cow's experiences matter more than you licking their insides or getting their baby formula, which is meant for a baby that they're now starving or they've given an alternative to. You're not a baby. You don't need dairy, and you don't need to lick someone's muscles. And all you can sit there and say in circles, oh, we're different, oh, we're different, oh, we're different, oh, we're different. Go look up the term begging the question, because that's what you're doing. You're just saying we're different. Like, what's the difference between being wet and dry? Well, one's wet, one's dry. No, I need more. Why is that different? Too good.
Hi, how are you?
Are you over 18? Okay.
Yes.
Are you vegan? What's
No.
veganism?
Basically, you guys just don't like, animals. Like, you guys love animals too much, I guess. You don't want them
A
to
lot
get
of vegans
hurt,
actually don't
nothing
even like
that.
animals.
You guys avoid them, basically, right?
Do you
Like,
think that
eating them,
do you think the
etc.
moral choice is to exploit someone when you don't have to?
Well, first off,
Are you going to answer my questions, or are you just going
what's
to
your
dodge
diet?
the whole time? Do you think it's moral?
Sure. It's bad, I guess. Yeah, sure,
No,
yes.
you
I
still
have a
didn't hear
question
my
for you.
question.
What?
Is
Okay,
it
answer.
moral to
explain.
demand someone's exploitation when you don't have to? Okay.
No.
All right. So then why aren't you vegan?
Okay, so why am I not vegan? First off, I believe it's very bad for you.
Why?
Can I explain
Yeah,
why?
why is it bad for you?
Okay. First off, it could cause nerve damage,
Well, so
brain
can eating
fatigue.
animals.
It can make your bones. Exactly. There's both.
Okay, so
both
why are you
sides.
bringing it up then?
They're both bad. Because I'm telling the truth. People want to hear, right? You're saying we're bad, but think about what you do. What's your diet? What is your diet? I have a question. What's your diet?
Veganism is an ethical stance.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Veganism is an ethical stance against the exploitation of others. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to say animals feel. You don't need to use them. You get to figure out how you want to live your life then.
Okay. Can I say something for you? Like, can I ask a question? Okay, what is your diet? What do you eat?
Sometimes in the mornings I'll eat oatmeal with some flaxseed, hemp seed, some walnuts, and an apple, some cinnamon, little oat milk in there. And then lunch and dinner, usually we're pretty lazy in this house, so we usually make like a big meal for the end of the day, and usually it's some kind of tempeh or tofu with 2 or 3 vegetables and like rice, beans, or a pasta, which our pastas are actually bean-based or bean and rice-based. So that's about what I eat.
And do you believe that veganism is cruelty-free?
I believe that veganism is against the exploitation of other beings. I don't think that veganism is perfection. I think it's someone saying, I don't want to demand someone's exploitation, and I will avoid doing so as much as I can.
So you don't believe it's cruelty-free?
Of course not.
You know there's bad things
I'm
that go
alive.
into that.
Just
From
existing
farming?
causes harm. Yeah.
Do you know that farmers harvest,
are you gonna bring up
right? And they
crop
kill
dust like you're a
billions.
big smart person? Oh, wow.
Well, look,
You know what
let me
really
talk. Can I
frustrates me
finish?
about crop dust? You guys go on to so many vegan lives and you bring up crop dust, but you don't do your damn research before doing it. And I have to sit here and repeat myself over and over and over and over again. You guys, look up your arguments before you come up here, okay? If you care about plant sentience or you care about the animals passing away in those fields, go vegan. The animals you use consume way more plants than any vegan does. We raise 92.2 billion animals, but we can't feed 8 billion humans? No,
Can I
you
talk?
can't, because
Can
you
I
brought up
talk?
a dumb excuse, and I have to tell you why it's dumb.
No, because you're bringing up excuses.
So
Why can't?
when you say that crop deaths are a big issue, what I want to point out is that when the animals eat, we got to cut down those plants. Guess who dies? Those animals. Do you understand now why I say that you should go vegan? There's a study on this. I doubt you'll read it because a lot of non-vegans cannot read. But I'm going to hope that some of you do. It's called Reducing Food's Environmental Impacts for Producers and Consumers. And it points out that us using animals is pointless. We're killing all of our resources. And a better planet would be a plant-based one. We could reduce our land use by 75%, reduce our greenhouse gas emissions by like 77% or something like that, over 70%, reduce our fresh water use by like 20%. All of this just by not enslaving animals. And at the same time, we can feed 10 billion humans. 10 billion humans. There's only 8 right now. And you're sitting there yapping on, and you sit, oh God, the crop dust just kills me, you guys. It's so wrong. So wrong. You guys heard Joe Rogan and Ted Nugget talk about this, and it's been perpetuated since. It's ridiculous. Those people are dumb. They're not scientists. Look at scientists. What's wrong with you? Why are you guys listening to podcasts for your information? It's fine for you to like hear it one time, but go look it up. God damn. Idiots. Really irritates me. Crop dust is such a tired excuse. It's been debunked so many times. So many times. Ah! Ridiculous. And everyone thinks that vegans are against unaliving and harm. That's not veganism. Again, before you come up here, please maybe do some research before you look really stupid and I answer your question in a really obvious way. All right, Mabs, you've been waiting this whole time. Are you over 18? Oh my God. Really? You sat there that long and you're a minor. Ridiculous. Goodness gracious. Hey, Anna. Oh,
Hello.
is it Anna? Anna.
Anas.
Are you over 18?
Yeah.
All right. Are you
Yeah, I'm
vegan?
22. No,
All right.
I'm
What's
not.
veganism?
Look, my English isn't good.
I mean, why'd you come
Okay.
up here?
I just wanna ask you two
No.
questions.
You come up here, you're going to answer my questions. Why aren't you vegan?
Yeah, sure. Because I'm Muslim.
So? What does that have to do with anything?
So Muslims.
You're telling me I
should
can't join
eat-
your religion as a vegan?
There is no. I don't know.
So wait, you don't even know and you're using it as the excuse. All right, get out of here. Get
Because
out
in
of here.
Islam,
I'm not going to talk to somebody who's going to tokenize Muslims when you're not even a Muslim or you don't even actually understand your religion. Because you have hadiths to your religion that say to not hurt anyone unnecessarily. That's even smaller than a sparrow. And you don't need to use animals. So you're going against your own hadiths. Bukhari, are you over 18?
Yes, I am.
Oh, what year
over
were you
18.
born?
1997.
Are you vegan?
No, I'm
All right.
not
Why
vegan.
aren't you? Well, first, what is veganism?
Veganism, I think, is abstaining from eating any food products generated from
No, that's a
animals.
plant-based diet. Veganism is an ethical stance against the exploitation of other fellow sentient beings. So I don't want to demand someone's exploitation because I don't want to be exploited, whether that's for their wool, their hair, their skin, their ability to be tested on for vivisection, their ability to entertain me in a circus or a zoo, or as my food. I don't think that they should be exploited for me.
Well, I agree, but in necessity, I think that
Absolutely.
changes
Yeah.
the
If you're in a
calculus.
state of necessity, vegans understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. For example, I'm from a third world desert country. Like, we don't have access to a lot of
Okay, well, let's
plant
stop about the diet.
options.
What about other aspects of your life? Would you
Yeah.
be able to not buy leather, buy fur? Would you be able to avoid demanding?
No,
Okay.
of course.
Do you think that's the
we don't have
Do you
access
think that's
to
the more
this.
moral
Yeah.
choice is when you have options to not exploit others? Okay.
Sure.
Do you actually live that truth?
Well, I don't have even the option, but I'm not interested in leather. Yeah, I agree with people who say that making leather in cases of being extravagant and is not
Right.
is not
If it's
moral.
not necessary, we shouldn't take someone's life for it. Yeah.
Yes, I
So that's
agree.
what veganism is. Veganism is
Yeah.
saying, as far as practicable and possible, not demanding someone else's exploitation. I mean, by existing, we're going to
Sure.
cause harm. But if we
Yeah,
have
of course.
options, I'm always going to choose the option that doesn't demand
Yes.
someone's exploitation. I mean, if that's what you do, that's veganism.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to do it to perfection
I
like
mean,
you do,
nobody's
or
perfect.
where
It's like I
you.
said, existing causes harm, right? I'm going to go for a walk or a drive.
Yeah.
Very likely, I'm going to hit a bug, and that walk and that drive maybe weren't necessary. But I wasn't demanding that they
Yeah.
run in front of my car or under my foot, right? I wasn't demanding that they lose everything. They on their own
Sure.
free
Sure.
will.
Yeah.
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 All
Yeah.
right. Well, I mean,
Of
what
course. Of
about so
course.
when it comes to food, what I would argue is that if you did want to continue looking for ways to live vegan, if you wanted to put veganism in all aspects of your life, as you should, I would look to vegan challenges. There's something called Challenge 22 that can actually help you
Yes.
find the vegan foods in your areas that are within your price that meet all your needs. And they have a dietitian specifically that helps you do that.
Okay. This sounds.
Oh, I can't hear you if you leave the app.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking
Yeah.
for it. Yeah. This sounds very reasonable
Yeah.
indeed. Yeah.
Yeah. So is
Sure.
that all it was? Is maybe access to like resources?
Yeah, it's mainly access to resource. We are very based. We have a very meat based diet because we basically don't have access to a lot of plant options. But I'm not against the idea at all. And with the recent opening to the world and advancement, we are getting more and more plant
That's good.
options, which diversify our
Absolutely.
diet. So we of course every day is better than the last
Good.
for
Okay,
us.
that's
Yeah.
fantastic. What I want to know is like, let's say some miracle happens, you wake up tomorrow and you find out you have everything you need in your immediate area. Do you find it to be an obligation to live vegan?
Of course, yes. This way, it's if the option, all options are available, why not?
That's
This way,
beautiful. Yeah, exactly. Because, you
yeah,
have nothing to lose. They have everything to lose.
yeah,
So, yeah, well, that's
of
beautiful.
course.
I would go to my website if you can and just watch one of the documentaries just so that you're reminded of what it is you demand. And it's important to know that because it's something that you'll always bear in your mind. It'll keep you from always going for it out of just habit or preference. It's good to remember what it is you demand
Yes,
and to, even though it's necessity, right? It's important to be like, okay, I
yeah,
do need this. Ask
yeah,
yourself, was it really worth them losing everything? And it sounds like you have that soul. You have that heart to ask, is what I'm asking for really
yeah.
worth what they have to go through?
Is this anti-animal use.org?
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
it.
If you go on there, if you click on see
That's
what I fund, there's
okay.
a 3-minute
Sure.
film, and it's just important that we be informed consumers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Thank you
really
so
appreciate you
much.
coming up. Thank you so much.
Okay.
You as
Have a good
well.
day.
You as well. That was beautiful. Oh, I got some work to do. Hold on, guys. If you spam my chat, yes, you might get away with it for a little while, but I will find you eventually and I will mute you. It's fine to say comments as long as they're appropriate and they don't say horrible things. You're okay to say your opinions in there, but don't spam them, okay? I did see there was a donation, but it looked like it was a comment. It was about our teeth, I believe. Doesn't matter the shape of your teeth, right? We have evidence that we can thrive eating plants. And, that's it. If we can thrive without using animals, then why are we using them? I understand they taste good, but so do humans. So, again, if you spam my chat, I'm just going to mute you. Carter, are you over 18?
Yes, I was born in
Okay.
2007.
Are you vegan?
No,
All right,
I'm
what's
not.
veganism?
You say, well, this is, I'm guessing, the dictionary definition, that it's the ethical standpoint of not exploiting, like, people or animals
Yeah,
in
other
the same
sentient
way.
beings.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I would just like to say, I really appreciate how you take more of a pacifistic take, because a lot of the people I see on here are very
I
aggressive
mean,
about it and
the
pushing
last
it on
guy I
other
was
people.
nice to. The guy before that, though, I was pretty rough with. So, to be fair.
Well, but I understand. I understand it because he was,
Yeah.
you know. But I definitely appreciate that. Currently, I'm majoring in not criminal justice, environmental science. So I've been learning a little bit about
Nice.
veganism. I think that ethically it is the right way to like do it. I just don't know enough about it myself, and I just don't really think that we could ever get the whole world to participate in not eating animals or not using animal
Well, so
products.
veganism is more about, I mean, the benefit of veganism, there's like perks. That as more of us go vegan, the amount of animals bred into existence decreases. So, because of you removing your demand, like 100 to 300 animals aren't born into existence and put into that system. And that's huge. It's a lot. But veganism isn't really about that effect. It's about, I don't want to support someone's exploitation, regardless of if me removing my support does anything to the industry. I just don't want to support it. But like I said, as a collective, we come together. And as people even become activists, that's when we see the change. People starting to speak up out against it and making demands for alternatives. That's how we've done every rights movement, is talk to one person at a time. Even though there is the very real chance that we're not going to change the whole world. Like, we can't eliminate all racism, right? But that doesn't mean that we shouldn't have advocated to end human slavery. So, does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Do you think that all like animal products are bad? Like we should just completely stop using every single animal product because it's like, or do you think that we should just stop breeding and killing animals in those big
Both.
factories?
I think both, yeah.
Both?
I mean, obviously, I understand necessity situations, as I just went over with the last guest, but we don't need any of these things. And even though we have an abundance right now, we can even like compost them. I just feel like when we wear their skins, we wear their feathers, we promote the use of any of them. It objectifies them. It's like, to me, it is a slippery slope of, once you objectify them a little bit, then you objectify them a lot, because once they're an object, they don't have welfare anymore. They're just a thing. So,
Okay, that makes sense. I had one more thing to say, but I forgot
well, let me ask you, do you think that if someone has options, that the moral option should be to not demand someone's exploitation?
Yes, I 100%
Gotcha. Right
agree
on.
with
Okay.
that.
I mean, is it just about maybe resources, like having someone you can?
I mean,
Yeah.
for me, I'm just not informed about it. I haven't really
Got
been
it.
exposed to that in my life.
Okay. Yeah. So for me, I had to watch documentaries. That's what really informed me. I have them linked in my website. It's Dominion. If you just want to look it up, it's free on YouTube. If you go to my website, there is a 3-minute clip. It was made by We the Free, but it's of Dominion. Just 3-minute clips that show you that basically the same thing. I encourage everyone to watch Dominion. It's 2 hours long, but it does cover majority of the animals that we use, and it's standard practice. It's just showing you what is legally allowed. And when you pick up those packages, it's just going to happen. Whatever you saw in those videos, I guarantee it happened. And so if you have that in your mind, remember, it's like dogs, and like, would you want to support that in that moment if you have like cravings or moments of weakness, in a sense?
Yeah.
So would you be willing to go check out that documentary?
I 100% will. I would like to
Hell
become more
yes.
informed.
Well, on there are lots of other resources. The Dailey Dozen's on there, like how to get everything you need on a whole food, plant-based diet. There's other vegan influencers on there. So if you want to find someone else on TikTok or YouTube, I have a lot of them listed on there. I think it's just YouTube actually right now. I need to get TikTok listed. But yeah, lots of resources. Go check out that website.
I think for me, I also because I've tried plant-based options and they just don't taste good. Like I'm not gonna lie, I love the
Yeah,
taste
no,
of meat, as do
most
a lot of
vegans
people.
didn't go vegan because they didn't like the taste of other animals. Some did, but most it's because of the ethical reason. They found out what was happening to other animals, and they're like, I can't support that. And I do agree that some of the alternatives are not very good, but some of them are getting better. Like, I don't know if you heard, there was a vegan cheese that almost won a cheese contest, but they were disqualified because they were not dairy. They were a vegan cheese, so they weren't able to win. But
I actually did a research
did
paper on
you?
that for my final
Wow,
my
well,
final.
way to go. So
Yes,
you know
I
what
did.
I'm saying. So I do agree.
I thought that it was
It is interesting. It was a
interesting.
blue cheese, so maybe that's why. But
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
also like I will buy Violife cheese, but I don't eat it that often. If I eat a cheese of some kind, I usually make it out of like cashews or something. So, but just send me questions anytime you have a question, or maybe you're having a craving or an obstacle of some sort. I would love to answer your questions. And if I'm too scary, there's actually a group on anti-animal use called 10weeks.org that you can join too, where there's other new vegans that are trying to figure out their obstacles. So there's options. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, awesome.
Well, I very appreciate the
Same, Carter. This is
conversation.
amazing. I really appreciate you coming up here.
Thank you very much for being respectful and understanding my
Absolutely. Well, you
opinions.
sound like you actually
and
share the same
I'll-
opinions.
I'll-
So, yeah.
Mhm.
Sounds
I'll
good,
catch
Carter.
you
I'll
next
see you
time.
later. You have a good day.
See ya.
Oh, that made me all smiles. Dubs in the chat to Carter. I love curious people. Some vegan food is nasty, but so is some non-vegan food, right? I've had some really bad non-vegan meals in my past, but that doesn't mean that non-vegan food in general is all bad. Same thing with vegan food. Just because some vegan foods don't taste good doesn't mean they all taste bad. I actually used to hate tofu. And then I had it cooked properly for me, and now I love tofu. And I love it so much that I could eat it raw. Like that's how much my taste buds have changed. Oh, vegan cats. That's such a heartbreaking stat. The chickens that are raised in factory farms are killed at 50 days. 50 days. Wow. It's like 6 weeks, right? Not even. It's terrible. Chickens can live to be like up to 8 years old, if not longer, if they're really taken care of. I mean, their bodies are sadly so deformed, they often don't reach that, but what is so sad. Appreciate y'all being here. Thank you so much. Make sure you're tapping and sharing. I really appreciate all your efforts. Thank you. Hey, Az, are you over 18? Right on.
Yes,
Are you
ma'am.
vegan? All right. What's
No.
veganism?
Veganism is a person who eats only plants and like animal-based products.
That's more of a plant-based diet. Plant-based diet they don't use animals for food, right? That's it. Veganism is an ethical stance against the exploitation of sentient beings. So in all aspects of my life, are you okay?
Yeah.
I don't know what I said that was funny.
It's just these weird ass. Just
Well, what's so funny though?
keep talking.
Is it funny because I'm talking about animals feeling? Do you think it's moral to kick dogs for fun?
Kick dogs. What are we talking about?
Kicking in
Are you listening to
dogs for
yourself?
fun? Do you think that's right?
It makes
My
no
family's
sense,
tradition.
man.
Are you saying my family's tradition is not moral?
Repeat
We
what
kick
you just
dogs for fun. Can you tell me why that's wrong?
Because you're just
Exactly.
hurting
That
the
dog
dog.
is feeling,
Like,
right? Yeah.
No shit.
Does the dog's experiences matter more than my benefits of joy and exercise?
No.
So the dog's experiences don't matter more. So I should
No.
kick dogs for fun and exercise. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see why you're laughing. You clearly don't know which way is up. If you keep spamming, I will mute you. And then you don't get to come up. Doesn't that suck? It sucks, right? It sucks. Don't spam my chat. Don't spam my chat, man. I'm telling you, I'll just mute you. It's not worth it. So boring. Hey, Prince, are you over 18? Okay.
Yes, I am indeed. I was born in
Perfect. Are you
2000.
vegan? All right. What's
No,
veganism?
no. So yeah, like everyone else, I've been watching your stream. Like everyone else, I thought personally that it was just about avoiding. Well, it's not even avoiding. It's completely removing any animal products or anything that has to do with the
Yeah, I don't
exploitation
want
of
to demand
animals.
someone's exploitation. It's not so much that I'm trying to remove products from my life. I just don't want to demand exploitation, and that involves going through all my choices. And we live in a capitalist society, so a lot of it is
Yeah.
purchasing. Yeah. All right.
And I
Okay.
respect that.
So I guess
I respect that.
what's stopping you from being
So,
vegan?
well, the thing is, there's nothing stopping me. I've just never thought of stopping. Like, with all due respect, I've lived all my life drinking milk. I was literally given milk as the first thing. Like, I wasn't even breastfed. I was given straight up baby formula, which I'm assuming is from
They do
cow
use
milk.
milk powder, but it's
Just cultural.
generally not healthy to give cow's milk to a baby because it's meant to turn a calf into a cow, not a baby into a
Yeah,
cow.
yeah, of course. Yeah. So I will agree with you that that could potentially be, well, no. I will agree with you that that is wrong. I think that cow's milk should be for cows and maybe baby formula should be something else. I will 100% agree with that. But unfortunately, I grew up eating meat and having
did I.
products because that's what's promoted. Yeah, that's what's promoted in
Yeah.
our culture,
Yeah, I
really.
experienced that too. So,
So yeah.
do you think that culture justifies immoral acts? Okay.
No. I see
Yeah.
I see where you're going. So I was just answering your
Yeah,
question
that's
to why
understandable.
I'm not vegan. Is
Yeah, I
because I've
don't, and
never
I'm not
thought
here
about
to
it.
judge you
I've
for
never thought
past
about doing.
actions. I just want to know, I guess, what your moral framework is and if your actions will change after our conversation, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
I was going to ask you a
Go for
question.
it.
Like, I'm asking you this with full respect. Like,
I'll
I fully
entertain honest
respect
questions. Yeah,
everyone. Okay.
absolutely. Go for it.
Okay. Yeah. It's honest questions. So, what is your view on animals eating
I don't
animals?
like predation, but I can't talk to animals that hunt other animals. I can talk to humans, though. If we could do something about predation, I don't know. I feel like it would take a professional, like a conservationist, someone who studies how these systems interact with each other, and caring for everyone's best interests while trying to communicate in some way to protect each other from each other. I don't think we have that technology right now. I don't think we have the abilities to intervene in a lot of eco webs because we don't fully understand them, but we can change human habits. We can definitely do that.
Okay, I see. I see. Funny enough, you say that. Well, no, sorry. I'm from the UK, by the way. When I say funny enough, that means it's like it's very good that you've
I think
mentioned
here in
that.
America, we'll just say, oh, that's funny,
Just
even
in
though it's
case
not
no
something
one.
that's actually funny. It's more like interesting. Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I just wanted to make sure because you seem like a very respectful person. I do appreciate that. So yeah, what we usually say is, funny enough, you've mentioned that my mum actually had to become a vegan because she was having issues with her joints, and it has dramatically improved her health. So I 100% believe that being on a vegan diet does help some people, but personally, I've never really thought about being a vegan because I don't really see any
Yeah,
benefits.
so veganism isn't about your benefits. You can make it be beneficial for you. There is science that shows if you do like a healthy plant-based diet, you can get everything you need and it can be preventative to many of our chronic ailments as humans. Like our number one unaliver is like cardiovascular disease, and vegans have a decrease in all-cause mortality. So if you do it healthfully, you absolutely can see benefits, but veganism it's based out of ethics. So it's just that you don't want to demand someone's exploitation. So you live whatever lifestyle you want, just avoiding using other animals. So you can be unhealthy as a vegan for sure. I eat a lot of junk food. I'm sure that has had some adverse effects on me because it's salt and fat and all that. But You don't need to eat those
Yeah, yeah.
processed things. You can eat a whole food plant-based diet and be perfectly healthy.
So would that mean that does that mean that vegans avoid stuff like French fries that are like dipped? I think they're like
Beef tallow,
fried
yeah.
in
If we
beef fat
find
or
out that
something.
that's what's happening, then yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
an ethical vegan wouldn't eat those fries.
Oh wow.
Well, because
Okay.
because the
That's
reason is
interesting.
you have an option, right? You're not gonna die. You're not gonna unalive by not eating these fries, so you can go without. Or is there an alternative? Are there fries that aren't dipped in this? Because principally, I don't want to eat something that's been dipped in someone else's fat, right? Like someone else that had their life stolen from. I don't
Yeah,
want
yeah.
to eat that. I don't want that in my body. It makes me uncomfortable. It's not that it's going to make me like actually sick or something. It's that I genuinely don't want to put someone else's fat who died not consensually, who wanted to live, right? I don't want to put that in my mouth. Because if I was the oppressed, if I
I
was
see.
that cow, I wouldn't want my oppressors to use me. I'd want them to be like, no, I object.
I see. And that's totally respectable. I was gonna say, so I think most. By the way, I just have to say this. I'm so sorry, but you are the nicest vegan I've ever met.
Well, I
Like, I
meet my
really
guests.
appreciate that.
Well,
I
it's because you're
really
being very
do.
kind. That's why. If my guests are rude, I will get snippy. So to be honest, I am one of those vegans that will get
Oh,
upset
of
with
course.
people if they start going in circles and just calling out fallacies.
Oh,
But
of
I
course,
really
of
don't
course.
like to do that. I'd rather have honest conversations with people. It's much better. Yeah.
Of course, of course. So I was gonna say to you, I think most vegans think that we're just a bunch of people who don't care about the animal's life, and we're just eating them and like abusing them. But it's actually 3 steps, right? You've got the people who just absolutely do not care about these animals, and they just do whatever they want. Like for example, like they'll just eat whatever, no matter if it's been abused or not, right? I'm someone who eats organic food, right? So I believe that the animal that I'm eating has had a good like upbringing, like it was brought up in a safe manner. Do you understand what I mean by
Yeah, you
organic?
mean
Yeah.
like a free range,
Yeah.
like,
So
well,
yes.
let's say
Yeah.
I want to
There you
give
go.
you an offer. I'm gonna give you room and board, right? It's gonna be a really nice room. You'll have like a Netflix and a Hulu subscription. You'll have both. I'll even give you an allowance, but you are my slave and you have to do what I say. Do you think that's moral?
Yeah. I don't think it's moral, but it is something that does
Yeah.
happen in this
Well,
world. Yeah.
but if it's not moral,
Unfortunately.
should I keep doing it?
Yeah. From that perspective, I understand, but we're
Yeah.
talking about humans
If
here.
I had you in my basement, I'm
Like,
treating you really well. I'll give you the highest welfare that I can. Does that justify me enslaving you?
yeah. Oh, I mean, to be honest, in this economy, I would love that, but
What
I
if
do
I'm
understand what
going
you're
to
saying.
make you do things
I
that you're
understand
not
that's wrong.
comfortable with? Yeah,
Okay, then yeah,
exactly.
no,
So when it
that's not
comes to
okay.
the animals, how is it in their best interest to take their life, split up their families?
Yeah, from that perspective, I can,
Yeah.
I
Well,
can
that's what
definitely see
veganism
that.
is looking at it from the
But
victim's perspective. Because oppressors will always gain benefits from oppressing. That's why they oppress. So, yeah, just
I
because you
see, I
liberate
see,
someone, that may not give you a benefit, but it definitely gives them a benefit.
I see, I see. But the thing is, with all due respect, I do think that it's not black and white. As in, do you think that the labor? I can't say that on TikTok. The labor of younger people. Do you think that's
Oh,
wrong?
yeah, I don't know
Like,
if you can say that on TikTok. Child
yeah,
schmavery.
but
So I don't know, is this saying the
yeah,
word weird?
yeah.
Schmavery.
Let's just say the
Um,
labor.
do I find it
Yeah,
moral? Yeah, I find that
it's wrong.
immoral. Absolutely. Immoral.
Do you,
Yes.
okay. So my question is, would you ban it if you
If
could?
I could, yeah, I think I would try to ban that. Yeah. I think most people understand human rights.
Yeah,
So it's at a place right now that we
of
could
course.
make laws and people would stand behind that. Yeah.
Of course, I understand. But unfortunately,
Hmm.
if you did ban it, that would cut the wages of many people who are using that money
What?
for food. Like, so if they can't work, so
Oh yeah,
if the
yeah.
children
So
can't work,
when
where will they get
children
money from?
are being enschmaved, it's usually because there's a lot of poverty in that area, right? There's something else going on. And
Yeah, yeah.
regardless, like if you support, like a lot of times human schmavery is used for electronics, clothing, other goods that are often
Yeah,
purchased,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
If you can boycott those goods that are made by schmavery, but oftentimes those factories that have the schmaves, God, it's so silly,
Yeah, yeah.
they'll just move to a
Yeah, yeah,
new
yeah.
industry, right? The issue isn't
I
that they're
see.
making a product. The issue is that they're in a place of poverty. When it comes to animal rights, though, we can avoid using animal products. Like actually boycotting animal products works because they don't breed more animals into existence. So when you move your demand, they follow your dollar. That's why a lot of these large companies that make
I see.
animal products are making vegan alternatives because they're losing their following. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, yeah. So the
Okay.
point I was trying to make is just by banning it, it doesn't mean that
Yeah,
you're doing
that's why
good.
I'm not
And
going
the
about
point I was
that
trying to
that way. Just so you know, I'm not here to ban it.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. But the point I was trying to make is if we
Mhm.
all went vegan, then a lot of animals do get unalived when during the harvesting, or a
Okay,
lot
so
of bees are
okay.
unalived
So
during
crop
the.
deaths. I did get upset about this earlier. If anybody's been in the live the whole time, crop deaths is a.
Oh,
I know
I'm
you are.
asking
That's
with
why I'm
full
not getting
respect, by the
mad.
way. This is full respect.
So plant crop deaths are actually attributed more to animal ag than they are to us eating plants directly. There's a study on this called "Reducing Food's Environmental Impacts Through Producers and Consumers." I'll say it again: reducing food's environmental impacts through producers and consumers. For anybody who wants to go look it up. And they found that we're dedicating 83% of our agricultural land to raising animals for their space and their food. And if we stopped enslaving other animals, we stopped farming them, we stopped using them, we'll actually reduce our land use by 75% and at the same time feed 10 billion humans a fully nutritious diet. Right now, there's 8 billion humans, and many of us are starving because we're so focused on growing grains to feed animals. Gesundheit. We're so focused on feeding grains to the animals that we use. So we could actually rewild the
Oh, I
land
see.
equivalency of North America and Brazil combined. That could all be rewilded while we're feeding our population and no longer enslaving animals.
Yeah, and my last question is, what do you feel about insects? Would you be okay with that?
If I can avoid demanding bug exploitation, I do. Again, when it comes to crop deaths, the animals use more crops than vegans, right? A cow.
Oh, I
Oh,
wasn't talking
okay.
about that.
Are you
So
talking
sorry.
about like using insects for
So
protein or
no,
something?
I meant
Yeah.
yeah, for protein, because that's the thing they're
So
trying to promote now, and that's something that
the
I am
issue is we
interested
have the
in.
little body problem, right? That means you're going to have to take a lot more individuals' lives in order to reach that protein goal. And although they are insects and it's not, the
Yeah.
science isn't as clear on their sentience, I err on the side of caution because we still don't need the protein even from bugs. We have everything we need right now. We have, if you go look up on my website, antianimaluse.org, there's something called the Vegan Daily Dozen. Or you can just Google it. Google Vegan Daily Dozen. And you'll find that you can get
Okay,
everything you
thank you.
need, all the protein you need from a whole food plant-based diet. No bugs, no animals.
You know what? I'd love to check out your
Please
website.
do.
That's
And
amazing.
click on, if you can, click on the things to see what I fund. And that's where the documentaries are. And if you don't have time to watch a full documentary, which I really encourage you to do, their 3-minute documentary pops up first. So I would watch that and ask yourself if you really want to keep giving your money to those people if you don't have to.
Oh no, of course not. But yeah, thank you so
Can I
much
ask you
for
one last
inviting
hard
me.
question before I let you go?
You're
Because
a
you sound
very,
like such an honest person.
of course.
Um,
Oh,
so how many more
okay, yeah, of
animals
course.
do you prefer be exploited for you from now on? Is it more than 0?
I mean, from that perspective, no, I don't want to exploit
Exactly.
any animal, but I will definitely give veganism a
I really
consideration.
appreciate that. I just
do.
wanted you to know your own
I do
principles.
appreciate
You
it.
don't even want to exploit animals. Most people don't want to. They just are unaware of how to live without using them. And that's why I have my resources here.
Can I be
Please.
Can I be honest with you? I don't see meat and animals as Like, I don't see meat as animals. I think
It
I think
is.
that's the
And
big
they do that
issue.
on purpose. Like when you go in the grocery store, they don't show you the animals being butchered or processed. They show you happy animals in a field, right? They almost look
Exactly.
consenting.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
exactly. You know what? I guarantee you, if you got 100 people and you said, "I want you to unalive that animal so you can eat," I guarantee
There
you,
might
no
be
one can
one
do
or
it.
two, but at the same time, even those that do it, I think they feel that feeling before they do it. They know that this is wrong. That's why we know when we see kids doing it, if they see a kid harming animals for fun, that's a big red flag, right? It shows that they lack empathy for those
Yeah,
that
huge
feel,
red
and they
flag.
could potentially move on to humans. And yet we have slaughterhouses where we
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
people to do this 4 to 6 hours or 8 hours a day, 4 to 6 days a week, you know? God, what is that doing to human psyche? Just all day, you know?
Yeah,
Oh, I
100%.
can't even imagine. And they're usually
Yeah,
the most vulnerable of our populations too. So it's terrible. Yeah.
100%. You know what? I think you've just changed my life,
Well,
or my
the thing is,
perspective.
I didn't even change you. You literally came up here. You had those principles. You just didn't know all the resources, I guess, you know? Like I genuinely feel like you came up here with a vegan heart. So you just bloomed
Yeah, thank
today.
you very
Yeah,
much for
exactly.
that.
Way to go. Dubs in the chat for Prince. Dubs in the
Thank you.
chat for Prince. That's amazing. Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Prince. You're amazing.
But yeah, you're a
You as well.
lovely
I'm gonna
person.
give you
Thank
a
you so
follow
much for
back.
inviting me.
You
And
as
I wish
well.
you the
You have a
best.
great vegan day. And like I said, if you have any questions, please reach out to me, okay? Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You too. Enjoy
Thank
the rest
you.
of your life,
Thank
I
you.
guess. We'll say that.
All right. Yeah, I'll
See you
see you
soon.
soon.
Goodbye, goodbye.
Oh, that was great. I love honest conversations. Yeah, vegan heretic, I see you. Oh, I always love seeing you in the chat. Always good to see you. How's everyone doing? Oh, that put a big smile on my face. That made me feel happy. Yes, we'll get the next guest up here in a second. I just wanted to, hi, Lori, it's good to see you. I wasn't bringing up vegans. Let's see, what time is it? Let's go another 20 minutes and then I'll bring up vegans. Are you guys okay with that? I've just been going solo for a little while, just for today, not forever, just today. And I was just thinking maybe in 20 minutes I'll start bringing up vegans. You guys want to do that? I love having you up, so I do want to bring you up today. Awesome. Okay, cool. Awesome. I love y'all. Oh, I'm so excited to see you. Stasia, Lori. Oh, you guys make me so happy. Keith, I saw you earlier as well. Like I said, 20 minutes. If you guys are willing to come up then, I'd love to have you up then. You'll be the last? No, I'm going in order. These people have all been waiting. I can't just cut them off. But I do see you. I can bring you up next, actually. Hi, Sean.
Hello,
Is it Sean?
greetings.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Are you vegan?
No, but I just want to have a honest conversation. I'm not 18, I'm
I'm so
17 and a
sorry,
half.
Sean. I can't hear you up here. I really, though, want to give you kudos for being honest. Most people your age are not honest with me. So thank you for being honest with me. I'm really sorry I can't answer your question. If you could put it in the chat. Yes, you now. Lazar, are you over 18? Hello? You were begging to come up? So I'm a little confused why you would play for me a pig suffering when I'm the one that watches that footage and you haven't even watched it yet. Isn't that terrible? Like, you don't even understand what you're hearing? That someone's crying out? Like, if I played the sounds of a dog crying out from pain, would that make you feel good? Or would you want to rage at me because I'm advertising abusing someone for fun? I just don't understand why you thought that was funny. Why you sat there and begged to come up for like 30 minutes. That's wild. Kiro, are you over 18? Perfect.
Yes, I'm
Are you
20 years old.
vegan?
No, but I considered to become one when I was not
What is
18.
veganism?
Veganism is, but by the way, sorry for my bad
It
English in
sounds good. You
case
sound great. You
I
sound
make
great.
any
Don't worry about
mistakes.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Um, Basically, veganism is when you don't want animals to suffer, so you prefer foods that are not product of animal suffering.
Close. It's not so much suffering because just existing, we're going to cause suffering, but it's against the exploitation. So, exploitation means to use someone unfairly for your benefit. So, vegans are against using others unfairly for our benefit because I don't want to be exploited.
Yes, so like I guess you will be okay with a chicken living its full life and end of its life. You will be okay with eating it.
No, I
Eating
don't
it.
see them as a thing. I see them as a someone. So, like, if I had a dog and the dog passed away naturally, I'm not going to look at them as a free meal now. I see them as my friend.
Okay, so I will tell you why
Mhm.
I'm not a vegan. Basically, I would never hurt any animal so I can eat it. Like, I would never do it. Like, there are cockroaches sometimes in my room, but I will just safely get it out. Not kill an animal to eat it. But if it's on the market,
Mhm.
it's already dead, right?
Mhm.
And whatever I do, whatever I protest for, they will be
Well,
killed
do you know
anyway.
what supply and
And
do you know what
majority of
supply and
the
demand is?
no,
Yeah,
can
so
you
when you
elaborate on
go to
that?
the store and you purchase these packages of animals that have already been unalived, you're putting in a demand. You're telling the producers, I like this product and I will buy more if you make more. And they do that. So when you pick that up, they replace what you've purchased. That means they sent the next animal into that system because of your demand.
Yeah, I actually know that. I just didn't know
The
the
term, that's fine.
name for it. But the thing is, majority of the world will consume it
Yeah.
anyway. So like whether I
Right.
buy it and eat it or not, it will be
So again,
made.
that's an appeal to
So like
futility.
it's
Do
like
you
a
think that that should have been what everyone was thinking instead of objecting to human slavery? It's happening everywhere. We're not going to eliminate it all in the world, so why object to it now? Right?
I mean, genuinely, if the world wasn't all religious, most of it, I think it would at least be a majority like
You know,
vegans. But
oddly enough, everyone who's religious should be vegan. All of their gods say to not harm animals unless in extreme necessity.
yeah, I know, and I'm an agnostic
Same.
atheist. By the way, what's your
Oh,
religion?
same.
If it's not
Agnostic
personal,
atheist. Yeah, I can't like disprove God, but I don't
um,
necessarily. I don't believe in God.
yeah. So basically, that was my reason. I'm not I think my choice about that, eating or not, won't
It
affect
does,
anything.
though.
I
It
just like
does.
maybe
So, how
that's
has
a.
any rights movement progressed in history?
I mean, it's there. It's not
Yes,
like I do not believe that
human
animal
slavery at one point
suffering.
was very convenient, right? Did that make it right, or
Yeah.
should we have objected to it?
Yeah, I will answer that with a question that you'll answer. Do you drink Coke Zero
No,
Sugar?
but let's say I did. I guess I,
Uh,
I don't drink a lot of sodas in general, but let's say I did. I don't know.
because I'm talking about
Okay.
Coca-Cola.
Oh, the company?
You know, Israel
Yeah.
owns
Okay. Yes.
it.
So capitalism. Yes, I know there's no
Yeah.
ethical consumption under capitalism, right? But you still have direct victims when it comes to animal agriculture. When you buy animal products, you cannot get those products without exploiting someone. You have to steal it from their body. We can't ask animals, "Are you okay
Yeah.
with dying right now? Are you okay if I take your baby to eat them?" Like
No, like I am actually. It's kind of a political view, I guess, because Israel, in my opinion, I'm not hating anyone. They are doing a genocide though, and their product also should be bad.
Yeah,
It
there
shouldn't
are
be
places where
consumed because
boycotting is the effective tool, and in that aspect, I think you're right. Boycotting Schmizrael, because I don't know what that does to TikTok, but boycotting them, absolutely, yes.
and I drink Coca-Cola Zero, but it's like what I'm talking about is that for an average person like me at their 20s, they would probably be very struggled to go vegan because all this 20 years
Oh,
they've just been
I mean,
fed
I didn't go
all this
vegan
type
till
of
I was in
stuff.
my mid-20s. I read a book.
Yeah, I'm just
So
talking
I'm
about
not
generally,
here to talk about the
like a
world and why the world isn't vegan. I want to know why you aren't vegan.
basically I told you I think my choices
So
won't
let's say
really
you find
matter,
out,
but I
let's say
am
you
here.
learn that you have 100 animals out there with your name on it, right? Do you think that you need to take responsibility and not demand those 100 animals be exploited?
Um, I mean, I don't think there's
I
a
don't care about a
God,
god. Nope,
so
this
I
is all
don't think
just
it matters.
okay. I was like,
I know,
I'm
I know.
purely
I'm
talking about
just
your own
talking about
morals. Don't you have
morally.
an idea of what's right and wrong? I'll put it this way.
I
Should I
do,
respect your
and
autonomy? Or should I do what I want to you?
um, I mean, I will
Absolutely,
try to
as you
fight
should. But
back,
that
I
just shows me
guess.
that you do want your autonomy left alone, right? The more moral thing would be to
Yeah,
respect
but
that you don't want to be used, right? Yeah. So why would it be
yeah,
different for other animals?
the thing is, I think everything is, I mean, like plants,
Okay,
mushrooms,
what makes it
and
okay in your mind
animals. I
so
think they are
doesn't
all
matter?
conscious,
Why do you think it's okay to stab someone who's sentient?
because it's always happening in nature,
That's an
and
appeal to
we are
futility.
not
Are you saying I can
plant-based
go stab
animals,
my
and
neighbor
we,
because animals die in the forest?
I mean,
Why
you
not?
shouldn't do
Why should
that,
I not
but
stab my neighbor? Animals do it all the time.
animals do it all the time, but there's no loves
What
for
if
them,
I'm
so
in
you
an
can't really,
area
you
that
will
says
get
it's okay for me to do this to my neighbor? Do you find that moral? I
I
agree.
mean,
I
no,
agree.
but
So
will you
why do
eat
you
the
think it's
neighbor?
immoral? No, I
But
want to know
like,
why
let's
you think it's
say,
immoral for me to poke my neighbor with sharp objects or to exploit them.
will you
Maybe.
eat them?
I could use them for anything. Exploit doesn't necessarily you're going to eat them. It just means you're using them for your benefit. So I'm ignoring what's best interest for my neighbor, but I could steal from them. I could use their bodies, I could use their labor, right? Would any of that be fair if I'm not considering their best interest?
Okay, I will answer, but
Of
first, I'm not a
course.
cannibalist.
I just want to understand your
But
morality.
if
If
it's
it's legal.
legal, yeah, yeah. If you're in a country where it's legal, you go, you're like, I'm hungry. I'm gonna stab that woman and eat it.
Yep.
Let's say my neighbor, and you do it, because
I
why?
want a
You're
snack.
hungry.
I have stuff in
It's
my own fridge, but
yeah,
yeah.
because we are animals, and I think all animals are conscious, and they all just live, and
I just
they
want to be clear.
hunt,
Are you
they eat meat.
agreeing
So
that it's moral for me to exploit my neighbor when it's legal?
I'm
Are
not
you
saying
saying
you
it's
should.
moral? I'm
I'm not
asking
saying you
something very
should, but
specific. Is it moral for me to do this to my
yes.
neighbor?
I mean, it's not
Exactly. It's not
moral,
moral. It's not
but
right and it's not fair.
so many morally
Absolutely.
incorrect things
What you're
happen in
pointing to
nature. I'm
is
not
called the
saying
is ought
if it's
fallacy, right? What you're pointing to is saying the world isn't perfect. Yes, the world will never be perfect. It will never be perfect for rights.
And I'm not
I
talking about
understand. I'm
humanity,
saying that you
especially
right
because I
now,
think
as
everything
you
is
are,
sentient.
can still make a big difference for other animals. You can move your hand in the grocery store. You can walk down a different aisle. You don't need to demand animals be exploited for you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and I agree, but it's kind of a nihilistic perspective. Like my
They
choices
do,
don't matter, so
though.
I will eat it
That's more
anyway.
of a
But I
cop
won't.
out. Let me put it this way. You do know that your actions matter. Let's say you walk into the grocery store and for the first time ever, there is a human baby wrapped in cellophane like a miniature pig. And it's just sitting in the fridge, unalived, already gutted, ready to be barbecued, even. And you see someone else walk up and pick up that human baby wrapped in cellophane and check out of the store. Do you think that person is moral?
I mean, I will.
No, no,
I will give an
I need you
example
to
so
answer my
you understand
example.
my
So someone
viewpoint.
walks into the grocery store, picks up human baby
You,
flesh, and walks out. Is that person moral?
but cannibalism
Why?
is different.
Why
We are
is that
talking about
wrong? They didn't
veganism,
do it, right? They had someone else do it. They're just purchasing it at the store. Why is it immoral for them to purchase it at the store? See,
Okay,
that's my
listen.
point. You're jumping.
With all
No, I need
respect,
you to.
I will, and because my answer will go to
Okay, the
cannibalism,
thing
and I don't
is,
want to.
yes, the word cannibalism. Hold on.
Most animals
Hold on.
don't
Yes,
are
they
not
are. Many of them
cannibalists.
do this. But the
Okay.
point that I'm trying to make is regardless of what animals do, regardless of if you can make a difference on the industry, when you purchase animal flesh in the store, you're saying this is okay to do to somebody. If someone walked into a store and picked up baby flesh, they're literally telling everyone around them it's okay to barbecue human babies. That's why I brought that hypothetical to you, because you can see the oppression and the exploitation vividly. It's the same for other animals. They're just in a different body, and we've been conditioned to accept it. That's it.
Okay, straight answer. If I was raised with eating human flesh and it's culturally okay and everywhere it's okay, I would be mind wired with eating
Yeah, I
human
understand
flesh
you would
is
be
okay.
brainwashed, but since you're not
And
brainwashed to think that now, you see the oppression, you see the exploitation.
and now I will get to for you to understand my viewpoints with an example. I may be a
You're
terrible
not. I
person,
can
but if
hear
they
that
give me
you're
a
an honest
button
person.
and yeah, so like if you give me a button and you say you press this button, random person on the world dies, but you get
Yeah,
a
they did a study on that. Humans do
$10,000.
that.
I
That
will
is a
do it.
human thing. But something else that us humans
Yeah,
do, we're what we
and
call,
it's
yes,
like
but you're a moral
ignorance.
agent. And when you learn that you can do better, you have a responsibility to do better.
But I do it so I don't get
You don't, what are you talking
guilt.
about?
I mean, like, why am I
Because
doing
the
it? Like, there's no
animals.
God that
Yeah,
punishes me
because you
for
know
it.
what's right and wrong. For example, the person,
But
hold on.
right and
I
wrong
just gave
is,
you a great example of someone walking into a grocery store and purchasing human flesh, right? They could not buy that human baby and potentially
yeah.
not have a change on the human baby market. But you still find it immoral if someone picks up baby flesh and takes it home to barbecue it.
I
You
mean,
don't
you
think that's
think it's
immoral?
immoral.
Why is it immoral?
Morality is
Why do you
not
think
black
right
and
now
white.
it's immoral to farm human babies?
I mean, that's a hypothetical scenario that will be very hard to answer
What's
by
wrong with it? What's wrong with it?
somebody
What's
that
wrong with it?
eats meat. There's nothing wrong with it if it's very legal all over the.
Okay. Well, we found our answer. They're not for human rights. That is sad. That is terrible. If you say it's okay to farm humans, you've forgotten about human rights, that we have inherent rights to not be exploited. Oh, that's so sad because I felt like they were such an honest person.
I know.
Anyway, how y'all doing? I'm doing all
Good. How
right.
are
Actually
you?
had some really good conversations today. That last one, I'm a little sad how it ended, but
Good.
yeah, most of them were pretty good actually. Yeah.
Yeah, the guest before
Yeah,
that
I
was
was so
really great,
excited
I
about
thought.
them. Yes. And
Yeah.
actually even the guests before them, they
Yeah.
were actually really good too. So a lot of good people coming up today. Yeah, a lot of people
Cool.
that they're just curious. They genuinely
Good.
just didn't hear about something and wanted some answers. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, exactly. Different. It's nice. A little change up. Although it did start out with a bunch of kids. I was like, oh my God, all these children.
All those
Right? I'm
rat
like,
little
go
kids,
find your
man.
parents and tell them to be better parents.
Right, exactly. And keep you off
Yeah.
the freaking
Like it's fine
internet,
if they're
man.
watching you do things, but you shouldn't be coming up onto panels. That's anyway, it's dangerous.
No, especially when it says you have to be a certain age, and it's like, they don't realize that people can find them
Yeah.
through their IP address.
Exactly.
Right,
That's so
right.
true. That's what my point is too. I'm like,
Kids don't realize there's something called child
Exactly.
trafficking out there, and I think their parents should really
100%.
explain
That's
it to
actually why I'm
them.
like, dude, adults are scary. I know you think you're smarter than them, but they're even smarter than some other adults. Right? Like they can do this to other adults.
Exactly. Especially the ones that want to cause harm.
Stay away from adults until you're an adult yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
Go read up about
Yeah.
human
I don't actually know if we
trafficking.
can say that on TikTok. Schmack. I don't know how to. We should probably mix up the word traffic a little bit, just because I don't know what
Okay.
TikTok will do. We're at a pretty decent number at 65 people. Appreciate y'all liking and sharing and interacting. That definitely helps get the numbers up. But anyway, let's go ahead and I guess bring up the next guest. Oops. I don't know why TikTok does this. In the guest list, it'll literally shift right when I'm about to click. And then I click on the wrong thing. Alan. Hey, Alan, are you over?
Oh, thanks. for
Yeah,
having
are you
me. I
over
appreciate
18?
it.
Oh, beautiful. Okay,
Yeah,
I love
I'm
talking to
32.
adults. Are you almost an adult?
Getting there, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
I think
one
I'm getting
day.
there. I was when I was 25,
that does
but now
happen.
I'm not so
Going
sure.
back and forth, that does happen. Are you vegan? Okay, and
I'm not.
Oh,
I did grow up vegan though. My dad had a come to Jesus moment when I was like 14. I don't know if growing up vegan's the right word, I guess, in your world. My parents after that ate vegan, but my mom didn't like deprive me and my sister of like McDonald's or like
I
the
gotcha.
occasional
Okay.
frozen pizza. But everything they cooked, which for like dinners 7 days a week or like a lunch or
Okay.
something, was a vegan meal.
What does veganism mean?
What is it like? What are the two words? Exploitation and suffering. We're trying to just no products that have to do with exploitation or suffering of an animal.
Basically just the exploitation, not so much suffering, because we exist and just going for a walk, I might step on a bug, or a drive, I might hit someone who steps in front of my car. But that doesn't mean that I was demanding that they be unalived or used in some fashion, but harm happens. We run into each other. So veganism is just explicitly against exploitation.
Okay. Cool. No, I understand that. Yeah. So no, I as an adult, no, I'm
All right.
not.
So
I'm not
I guess
vegan.
what's keeping you from being vegan?
I'm not sure that I'm exploiting so when we describe veganism, we just described it as exploitation, right? But I'm not sure that the animal products I eat are the result of exploitation.
Okay. How do you suppose that?
So I don't eat a whole lot of different things. One of the things that I go do is once a week, I head down to a local place that gets like meat and eggs and dairy and all this stuff locally. And I buy the eggs, and this guy specifically told me, and I've been doing this for 3 years now. He told me these are somebody's backyard chickens, that they have the licensing that they need, and they put these eggs in, sell them by the dozen. And these chickens are never killed for meat. And I just, now I understand that there's a world where these chickens are maybe bred to like produce extra eggs. But assuming these are just like somebody's chickens, or maybe I decided after this conversation, like, you know what, I'm not going to get those. I'm going to have my own chickens. What's the problem and me eating
Yeah.
those chicken eggs?
So any chicken that lays multiple eggs a week has been genetically modified, or I should say selectively bred. And they do that by locking the chickens in a shed with males with the right genetics so that they get graped until they make enough eggs that make chickens that make eggs. And those chicks, when they're born, all the males get ground up alive if they're in a hatchery. If they're on a small farm, it's up to the discretion of the farmer how he deals with the males, but often they'll either tie them off in a bag, they'll drown them, they'll crush them. Occasionally, some farmers will let the males grow up and they'll sell them to neighbors for, they're not profitable though. Male chickens from the egg industry are much leaner than chickens raised for their flesh. And so most of the time, what most chicken farmers do is they just let the male chicken wander into the forest and get eaten by a predator. So they're birthing these individuals into existence to either just throw them away or to exploit them for their eggs. And they purposely genetically modify them to hold this egg, you know, to drop once a week or multiple times a week when they're not even, they didn't evolve that way. They actually evolved to only lay 13 to 15 eggs a year. Now they lay 300, right? And even if you found a red jungle fowl, which is what their original ancestor was, say you found a red jungle fowl out in the middle of the forest, you literally have to rob someone of their home and freedom in order to get their eggs. And if you're buying chickens, you're buying them from these hatcheries, or you're buying these genetically modified chickens with this sexual or this SA history, just so that they're handicapped and purposely have to be dependent on you for their entire lives.
Interesting.
I know I did.
You covered a lot
can ask
there.
me any questions about anything
but-
I just
yeah.
mentioned.
Yeah.
sorry.
That was a whole bunch. So does that, like, you just said that, like, there was
Red
a certain
jungle
fowl
fowl
of chicken.
Yeah, that's where all the
that-
chickens originally came from.
And those were the original
Yeah, those are the
ungenetically modified chickens.
wild birds.
So is every chicken essentially at this point
Yeah.
a genetically modified chicken? Like, so if I were to go get a chicken to put in my backyard, I'm getting a genetically modified chicken, like pretty
Yes.
much no matter what, correct? And because of that,
So the issue
is that
the issue when
so
you
if
get
I go get some random chicken, is it going
they
to lay a
will, but
bunch
you
of
can
eggs?
actually help them decrease their egg production. There are tactics you can do. So something else about egg production is that it takes like 10% of their calcium. It takes a lot of resources from their body. You have to make sure they have a decent feed, right, that accounts for that. But because it like takes so much from their body, it's best that you get them to not lay eggs. I've had friends that had other bird companions, and when those birds laid eggs, because they were just so infatuated with her, they were trying to tell her to mate with them. She took them to the vet, and the vet's like, get them to stop laying eggs now or they will die, because it's that detrimental. And yet we're doing this to a chicken. Chickens can
Interesting.
live 8 to longer years, but the way that we've modified them, they have a hard time reaching that full age now.
So is there a world where I could purchase a chicken? I have the land
Yeah.
to support a chicken, where I could treat that chicken in a way that is like, you know, for the cause that you're talking about, where you can kind of get them to produce less eggs. I could still get a decent amount of eggs, because obviously like 3 to 15 eggs, I am not, like, there's just
Right.
no purpose, like, right? And then, but would producing less eggs mean we get down to 3 to 15, or would we go from like hundreds
It would
to
be
like
a birth control
like
that
dozens?
you would give to your chickens. There's someone called the Micro Chicken Butt Sanctuary here on TikTok, and she actually talks about how she cares for her chickens. She's a sanctuary. They don't eat the eggs, and she actually has a rooster too, and she cares for all of their needs. And like I said, she talks about the birth control and what she does to reduce their egg production, and like what the consequences are of not doing that. So I encourage you to go check her out. But the thing is, if you buy a chicken,
And if-
I just
if
want
I
to add real
gave
quick,
them-
when you buy a chicken, she
Yeah.
has a brother. Statistically speaking, for every female, there's going to be a male. Where are her brothers? Always ask, where are her brothers?
If I did that and I gave her the birth control, would she stop
Probably,
laying
yeah.
eggs completely?
Yeah. I'm not
Interesting.
100%
Okay.
about that, because I don't have chickens. But like I said,
Or
it would be
significantly less, at
significantly
least,
less.
right? Too little for me
But
to
the
be
thing
able
is,
to
even if
sustain
they have a
myself,
few eggs, you
right?
can actually give them back to them. They do like eating their own eggs. Yeah, it's because of the
wild.
nutrients that it pulls from their body,
Yeah.
so they have this urge to get that back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. Well, I was going to ask you a similar question
Yeah.
about dairy, which I admittedly don't get dairy from dairy milk from cows that I'm pretty sure that the cows that I get dairy milk
I mean,
from end up
all
slaughtered.
of them do,
And I'm aware
even
of that.
small
But
farms. Even
yeah.
that lady that like says she doesn't unalive her chickens for flesh, that doesn't, like I said, we're all her brothers, right? But the cows, the dairy cows, let's say they don't even slaughter the dairy cow. The issue is that, again, you're birthing someone into
Yep.
existence that we have modified to overproduce, but we also have to grape her in order for her to produce milk. She has to have a baby. Farmer isn't going to wait
Yeah.
around for her to decide if and when she's going to get pregnant. He's going to set the situation so that she gets pregnant. And if she doesn't get pregnant, most often she is sent to slaughter. But even if she's not, the farmer is going to do one of two things. He's either going to glove up and penetrate the cow himself, or he's going to have a bull mount her. If you were to switch that cow with a human, would that ever be moral?
I mean, my family kind of like locked me and my wife in my room to figure something out. You know
would
what I
you do
mean?
that to
But
your
I don't know. I'm
kids?
kidding. No, they just kind of ignored me. You know, the last couple of years, like come back when you have
Isn't that
babies, kind of thing,
immoral?
right?
That's
But,
crazy.
no,
I know.
I'm making
I
a
know.
bad joke
my
out of
grandmother
this.
used to make jokes like that too,
Yeah.
and I get it. I do. But I'm just like, when we talk about someone actually
Yeah.
having that done to them and they can't object to it, that's a big deal, right? Yeah.
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 No, that's a big deal. Sure.
If I
I get
had
that.
children that didn't understand the consequences of their urges and I locked them in a room, that's the same thing, because I'm looking for her to get pregnant so I can drink her breast milk.
Yeah, dude. One day. No, I'm anyway. No, so I think that's it for questions about like maybe possible
Yeah.
exceptions
Well,
where I
so
could
would you be willing to watch it? Would you be
eat
willing to watch a
animal
documentary?
products. Is it well, what's
Oh,
the
there's
link? I feel like I've
Dominion.
already seen
It
it.
is 2 hours long. It's free on YouTube. It's got
Yeah, I've watched Forks Over Knives. Is that
Forks
cool?
Over
Is
Knives
that
is
good
more
enough?
focused on your health than it is the animals. So Dominion, it's
It
free.
is.
You can find it on my website here, or you can just look it up. It's free on YouTube. On my account, there's it's by We the Free. It's a 3-minute version of Dominion. If you don't have the time to watch the 2 hours, I really encourage everyone to watch the full 2 hours though, because it shows you most of the animals that we use and the inherent practices that go into it. So if you ever pick up those packages, you know what went into
I
it.
do.
Free range, large scale, it's both. It's not just factory farming.
I do have
Okay,
one
please.
more question about protein. Is so the reason why most of my animal product intake is
Okay.
milk and eggs, and it's solely because I don't really know, and I know vegans are going to have an answer regarding you can get your protein in by eating plants, but man, I can just like 2 glasses of milk is a breeze, you know. Throwing 6 eggs on the stove is a
Yeah.
breeze, you know. And to get 56, 60 grams of protein, and it
In a
doesn't
meal,
seem
right? Not a whole
feasible
day.
to do it like at
Yeah.
scale. Yeah, I mean, I understand like
Oh
you
yeah, there are
can
bodybuilders that are vegan.
get like a decent amount of protein.
Do you know how many grams of protein are, say, in like like a glass of milk, like a cup of milk?
Like what, like 8 to 10?
Yeah. Do you know how much is in a cup of soy milk?
Yeah, I won't. The soy milk messes me up, man. I won't do it. I
Why
won't
is
do.
it?
I don't do any nut products, and I don't do soy, and I don't do beans.
You
They
have
just
an
make me
al-
feel bad.
Do you have an allergy to soy?
I feel bad when I
Bad?
eat it.
You get gas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
a gut bacteria thing. That's
Temporary.
that's kind of like normal when anyone is like phasing over into like a diet that's more
Like
inclusive
fiber, more
of plant-based
fiber.
products.
Yeah.
It's not something that's like likely to indefinitely occur. Like, basically there can be gastrointestinal upset like for like, like a month and a half or so, during transitionary period to like, being plant-based. Like you're
And-
going to
There's
encounter
also
that. But I just
there's
wanted to
also
like quickly
seitan though
like
too.
cover that, right?
Like
So
we
like,
don't want to eat soy.
Yeah, but just for like, if for some reason you couldn't consume soy milk, yeah, there's other options, but just to lay that out for you, right? A cup of soy milk has 8 to 12 grams of protein per cup.
Yeah, no, I know it's similar. And then I have like almond milk options. Also, I mean, what kind of soy milk can I
Dude,
purchase?
you need fiber, man. Fiber is really important.
Yeah,
in your
so one
diet.
thing I also do is I barely eat any fiber. And it's just kind of a part of how I do dieting. I understand that I can change that up. I essentially like only eat fruits, eggs, and dairy milk. I mean, that's it.
So they find in science that
it's-
the more fiber you eat, that people tend to live longer. There's not a correlation, or there's like a correlation
I've seen
between
stuff
that. Like
like
the
that.
increased
And I've-
fiber is, yeah.
And you don't have
Yeah, it
like
helps with-
cancers like
fiber's huge
colorectal
for that,
cancer,
actually.
heart
Yeah.
disease, things like that.
Yeah, and I mean, I've read like fiber fueled or whatever as well, and I find it interesting. And I put some of the practices in that. I mean, I don't only eat fruits and dairy and eggs, but in terms of like things that I'm getting my caloric intake from, like I have mushrooms on occasion, I have carrots on occasion, I have broccoli sprouts on occasion.
I'm not a nutritionist, none of us are. But what I would say is like, do you want to keep exploiting the animals, or would you like to have what you have now, but without exploiting the animals? Because there are alternatives that can still replace those things.
Well, when we talk about something like soy, like, we kept soy milk in the house growing up, and there was never really a time, and I had a more fibrous diet growing up, right? And there was never really a time where I drank soy milk and I was like, I
that's
feel
fine.
really
You
good.
don't need to drink soy.
If
That's
I
what I
have,
was
like,
saying.
fresh
Like
milk-
you don't need to use soy. The
Right.
first 5 years of me being vegan, I actually avoided soy. I was scared that it was going to cause me to get sick.
And I hear like and separate to it doesn't make me feel good. There's also this kind of
that's
like
false.
estrogenic.
That's been debunked.
Kind of fear mongering
That's been
around
debunked.
it, right? Yeah,
But
no,
that
and I
actually
understand
was
it's
why
been
I
debunked. That's why I call
feared
it fear
soy, was
mongering.
because not because I thought it was feminizing, but I thought that it would cause tumors or fibroids or whatever. And the science has come out to show that it doesn't do that. But like I said, regardless, you don't.
But if not soy, I mean, what's
So again,
what's
I'm not the
protein source,
nutritionist,
right?
but what I would encourage you to do is,
Yeah.
I keep putting. I don't really care for this resource, but I really like that they have a dietitian, and it's so hard to beat this. There's Challenge 22, and they have a dietitian that helps you specifically with your preferences, your budget needs, and your area. So they go, oh, you're in this area. There's these stores. There's these products available. This will meet your caloric needs and your preferences, as well as stay under your budget. And it's Challenge 22.
Sure. Yeah. I'll check that out. Yeah, I'm just curious. That's one thing where I've always been like, man, like it's such a breeze.
It will be just as
It's such a
easy
breeze
being
just to eat
vegan. I
eggs and drink
promise. You
milk.
just have to find those products you like. It takes about a month to figure out not even that. It takes like 20 minutes to figure out what you want to do, and then a month of practicing those habits. That's literally all it is.
But I'm just gonna take a stab. Just that it's gonna tell me nut milk.
No.
You need to get off of regular milk.
Yeah, so
you need to get
what
off
I'm
cow
telling you is
milk.
talk.
I mostly drink goat's milk, but it depends.
What
on
I'm
severity.
telling you
doesn't
is
matter.
talk to a dietitian, someone who's had 6,000 to 8,000
Right.
hours of education about how your diet affects your health, and they can direct you to an alternative that will fit your needs. Is what I'm saying. It's up to you what you want to do. Do you
Okay.
want to use
No, I get
animals
it.
or do you not? You know.
I do. I just don't want to eat foods that'll like.
Of course.
Cause me problems.
And that's where
right?
I think you
that's
need
kind
a
of
professional.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down. I'll go check it out with an open mind. I mean,
So
I'm
to
super
talk to the
curious.
dietitian, you do have to sign up for the challenge. That's Challenge 22, but you do talk directly to a dietitian before you start the thing, because they make a meal plan for you based off of your budget needs and your preferences.
And the
It's all
report
free.
that's
Yes,
free.
I'm sorry.
I
It's
don't know if you
absolutely
mentioned
free.
that. It's free.
I, mean,
I know,
I'd
right?
pay if
Like, that's a
somebody
huge
explained to me
service,
how
but
to
it's free.
get the protein, right?
Well, yeah, you get a dietitian and nutritionist for 22 days because they say it usually takes about 22 days to break a habit. But can you think about this? Your tummy rumbling for a little bit, a couple times a day, maybe you might have some gas. Go fart it out and stop hurting animals. It's not that hard.
It's indefinite, just for whatever that's worth. It's been an indefinite issue. And that's kind of
just where your heart
And then
is.
I don't know. We aren't like.
It's about where your heart is,
Say
where your
what?
mind is. Do you see animals as someone that, deserves to be morally considered, or do you see them as a resource here for you to use?
I do consider them to be morally considered, but one thing that I don't
okay,
do
real quick before you move
in
on.
my diet.
If you do consider them morally,
Yeah.
how is it ever in their best interest for you to use them?
Because there's no possible way to feed the entire world
No.
without
How
us
is it
using
in
animals.
the animal's best interest for you to use them? How does that? No,
Because I need to eat.
You're
I don't-
looking
I
at
don't-
your own
yeah.
benefits. How does you using a chicken benefit the chicken? Exactly. It doesn't benefit them. So how can you consider them morally when you're only considering your benefits?
Well, I mean, in a case where maybe, this, and again, this is a hypothetical. I don't personally do this. Maybe one day, if I had my own chicken, I'm, feeding it, taking care of it, and it's laying eggs. I mean, we could argue there's a trade-off
because
there, right?
you literally
But that's a
demanded
hypothetical that
someone
I
be
don't live
born
by.
into existence with a handicap that will forever be dependent on you. How is that moral? You are.
I mean, I'm not.
Do you know how
Every
supply
single
and
chicken's
demand
like
works?
this. Can we get chickens
So
back
you want
to
me to
this
grade
kind of, what was
chickens to
what was
being
the original
closer
breed
to
of
their
chicken?
natural relative? You want to grade
Can we do that?
chickens.
No.
That's
No,
how
that's
you
not
do
Those
that.
animals are gone. They're long
Sorry, go ahead.
deceased.
Go ahead.
Say what?
Those animals are gone, just like the original cow is gone.
Right.
They're extinct.
And making someone be what they
Right,
were
so-
before, again, is exploitation because you're forcing something on them, right? They could just live. They don't need to be your slave. You
Right.
don't need to demand they be born into
Right. So
existence.
if I give it
But
somewhere to live,
you're not hearing supply and
If I
demand.
give it somewhere to
when you
live.
buy a chicken, you're literally telling the producers to make more. That's how supply and demand works.
Well, you're not just that's correct. You not just that, but when you purchase an animal or an animal product, your
Okay,
money
I get what
is
you're saying now.
your money is supporting the industries that unfortunately involve inherent cruelty and exploitation and oppression. So you're supporting that when you purchase these animals or these products.
So nobody purchases animals or animal products anymore. Like, what goes on with chickens in the next, like, what's the long term? What happens to chickens in the next 30 or 40 years? If there's no
They
demand for
won't
them
be
as a
born
product,
into
like
existence anymore.
how do we do that?
Yeah.
They won't exist.
We won't.
Well,
we won't
not
have chickens
the
exist.
domestic ones. No.
Correct. Right.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Interesting. So, I didn't.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just
Yeah.
find that interesting. Yeah. And that would
Maybe
this
with
be the
all
same with
domesticated
cows?
animals.
Yes.
Yeah. I personally. Oh, go ahead.
I mean, if
Sorry.
you think about it, if you think about it, the only reason they exist to begin with is because we're breeding them into existence simply to exploit them and unalive them. So we're not letting them live anyway, right? So it's kind of like, I can't say the word, but it begins with a G, right? Is what we're doing, except we're providing the victims to G-side, right? So I know when people hear about animals, oh my God, they're going to go extinct. Well, I mean, they're only here for us to use, and that's
Well,
what's
and
unethical
there's no
about
suffering
it.
in non-existence. If you're not brought in, like what's
Right,
more
exactly.
moral or what's more
Exactly.
immoral? Not birthing someone into existence or birthing someone into existence you know for sure will be dependent on you their entire lives. What's more immoral?
No, that's fascinating. I haven't realized that was kind of the end game.
It's
for
not
something
even
like the
an
chicken.
end game. It's veganism itself is literally just saying, I don't want to support that. I don't want to demand someone else's exploitation. That's all it is. Regardless of its perks, there are a lot of perks to veganism. The main thing is, I just don't want to pay for someone to lose everything for me. Right?
So one other thing that I do that and I talk to vegans about this kind of after I talk to them about the chicken stuff is, for the most part, and again, I'm not perfect, for the most part I don't participate at grocery stores. So and that includes produce. I don't particularly like industrial farmed foods just for like what I'm putting in my body. And I like supporting farmers markets. There's some people that I live in Florida. There's some people that grow oranges near me. They're expensive as hell, but they taste incredible. They're great for juice. And I don't kind of participate in that kind of stuff. And other vegans I've talked to on lives, I can kind of run through the thing where, if we don't have agricultural animals, that the amount of like land that we need for general agriculture would take like a huge hit. But the crop deaths thing seems to just, I understand it's kind of an accident, it's kind of an oops, but it doesn't sit well. Like when I'm saying like I want a backyard chicken and to be able to eat its eggs, and I understand I'm like kind of approaching like supply and demand, but I'm going to be really nice to it. He's
Yeah,
gonna be
but
my
you
buddy.
could grow more food.
I'm going to pet him, and I'm just
How are you
going
going
to
to
eat his
feed
eggs
that
when he
chicken?
lays them. How am I going to feed that chicken? Just whatever.
You
I
have
mean,
to
I don't know
buy
how to feed a
food.
chicken. off
Remember,
the
I
top of my
told you
head.
it takes a lot of resources from their
Right.
bodies to make eggs. You have to make sure that that's accounted for in their food. So if you can grow enough food for them to make
Yeah.
protein and all that stuff, you can grow enough food to give yourself protein. Because there's something called the trophic pyramid, and that's basic biology that shows us the transfer of energy in any ecosystem. So another word for it is the food chain. Every time you take a step up on that chain, like the carnivore eating the herbivore, the carnivore loses 90% of the energy that went into the herbivore because the herbivore is alive, moving around, burning energy off. So it will always take more energy and resources to use animals than to just eat plants directly. You could feed a family of 15 on 1 acre of land. You can only feed 2 people if you use animals.
I wouldn't. You could feed a family of 15 on 1 acre of land. That sounds like a whole bunch of
I mean,
vegetables to
it's
me,
up to you
which
what
I
you
just
want to
don't
do.
eat, right?
So there's something called the
Yeah.
Daily Dozen. It's called the Vegan Daily Dozen. You can look it up. It's how to get everything you need on a whole food plant-based diet. It's just general categories. And it's really simple, whole foods. You can support your local farmers. The only thing that maybe you might have to purchase is maybe a B12 supplement. But if you're really against B12 or supplementing, which is silly in my opinion, but if you're against that, there are other products like duckweed, for example, that you can get B12 from if you genuinely just want to eat only whole foods. But
I love that you addressed the B12 thing. I find that comical. Yeah, no problem
Okay.
taking a B12 supplement, dude. I did ask somebody about that the other day. I was like, aren't there some B vitamins you're missing? Somebody told me like nutritional yeast.
Well,
I
it's
think.
also
I don't know if
used
it has
to be
B12
on
or
our
not, but-
vegetables, right? We've sanitized our soils a lot, and that's why actually even the animals get supplemented because they're not even getting it because it's a bacteria that's in the soil that makes B12. So
What do you guys do for calcium? I get a lot of calcium in. I actually supplement calcium.
I
I'm
personally,
curious how
I
you-
like my veggies. I
Is it
eat
just
dark
almonds
leafy
and spinach?
greens. I steam them. A little bit of oil with some salt. Oh, I'll eat any vegetable that way. But I eat dark leafy greens. Beans have calcium. Soy milk. I know you said you don't like soy milk, but a lot of actual vegan milks are fortified with calcium too. Tofu. I know you say you don't like tofu either, but that also has calcium in it. I don't know if seitan has calcium. I don't think it does. But you're supplementing it. That's also not terrible. You can just supplement it.
Well, I supplement
Oh,
it
I
from
see.
eggshells.
Well, there are
so-
vegan calcium
Yeah.
alternative. Like you can take a calcium tablet if you wanted to, but honestly, if you became like, I could see a loophole of no. I just don't even see that. It's because you're still seeing them as an object. I want you to get everything you need. I want you to have the life that makes you happy. I just, I don't think that's
Yeah, hey, listen, I'm not against like dropping chickens and the kind of cow milk stuff that I currently consume. It's not like I get on these things like kind of interested in the idea of it. Obviously, like again, like I'm also a weird case where there's maybe 15 different foods that I eat over the course of a weekly basis, and that's it. I'm just really weird about it. It works great for me.
that's fine.
I'm
glad that
big,
you found
strong
the pattern
man.
that works
Yeah,
for you. It's just we're just advocating for the
Yeah.
sentient beings, and you just might have to change out a couple of things.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's going to be uncomfortable for like a month, and then it's going to be just like it is today, where it's not even, you don't even think about it. It's just normal.
Yeah, so when it comes to like crop kind of killings, the idea is that even though like it is kind of accidental, but it's also less energy
Well,
expenditure regardless.
we can actually
Is
improve
kind of
how
your
we grow
concept
crops,
there?
right? We can grow vertically, we can grow indoors, we can actually
Yeah.
reduce our crop deaths down to 0. The issue is that farmers aren't vegan. If they were, I guarantee many of them would be implementing their principles into their work. In fact, there are vegan farmers out there. On TikTok, there's Ben the vegan farmer. He talks about how he does like different composts and He grows plants around each other so that they're like having a symbiotic relationship and protecting each other. Like, he's really informative. And the thing is that we can expand this to all farming. It's just that it's not as profitable right now to corporations. They want to quickly grow crops, right? And they're doing it mostly to feed the animals that we use. So there's a lot of benefits. If we all went vegan, we could reduce our land use, have fewer greenhouse gases, have healthier food options, and the animals don't be enslaved.
We could, like, that crop deaths ought to be like addressed in the same way that like not domesticating chickens
I would
should be
love.
addressed.
Oh my God, the day that I see veganic produce available, I don't care if it's expensive. I'll even eat less if I need.
Yeah, is it available anywhere?
You can sometimes find small farmers that do grow veganically, like they just don't use animal inputs and they don't use like pesticide.
And they're not on
I haven't
Shopify.
seen them. I bet though, if you go to a farmer's market and talk to a farmer, they'd probably be like, "Oh, I know somebody that does that," because it's it's an interesting tactic that it does produce really good produce. It just may not produce it in the same high volume as what farmers are looking for right now. So.
And so you don't eat veganic produce, obviously, from what it sounds like. What do you have any sort of like what's the word? Do you try not to go to the store when you can?
No, I live in the city, so that's basically where I get all of my food. I do have a backyard, but I rent, and I'm pretty sure the last person that lived here was like a mega hoarder, because every time I dig in that dirt, I find the weirdest things. I found the front of a pet kennel, like the metal door, just buried in the dirt. I found magnets and like regular fridge magnets and random toys just buried in the dirt. So I'm like genuinely scared to grow anything back there because I feel like it's probably toxic. I don't know. I'm like just afraid to grow in my backyard. But I honestly don't think that it's feasible for most people to grow their own food. If you can, that's great. And I do think that it creates an independence to be able to grow your own food. But I don't think it's the end all for veganism. Veganism is about being ethically, like choosing ethically between exploiting someone or not in the situations that you have. Right? I'm not advocating that people go live naked in the middle of the woods. I'm just saying the options in front of you.
Is there anything different between going to the grocery store and then I know there's some websites where they will mail deliver like regeneratively farmed foods, but in the vegan light, are these places kind of the same thing?
If they're regenerative,
like if I'm going to go buy like lettuce,
they might be using other animals. I'm not sure. If someone's advertising that they use animals for the veggies, I'm honestly turned off. I don't want to support them. Would it be vegan to buy their vegetables? I would say yes. It's still vegan to buy vegetables from someone who's still farming animals, but because you're putting a demand for plants.
For people that are less. Well, no, they're not just industrial ag, like just like big machines over 10,000 acres, like these, like, cause you can go online and find places that are like organic, and it's like maybe a family, and that's just like what they do, and I go to a group of people and all they do is oranges, and they don't make a whole lot of them. Is this a better idea, like in terms of harm reduction than going to the grocery store for you?
You're gonna do better for the community and harm in general if you buy your plant products locally and support your neighbors. That's absolutely admirable. Yeah, I do.
So why do vegans who shop at the grocery store bust my balls when I mention I want backyard chicken?
The chicken, right? They're an individual. It's not about. You're literally, you cannot have a chicken without exploitation unless you're a rescue and you're literally caring for their best interest. Yeah. I know it sounds confusing because chickens lay eggs, but we've been so normalized to it.
And because in industrial ag, like you just like
even
slaughter,
if you don't
they have
slaughter
no
them.
care for the
Remember,
wildlife around
that.
it.
Even if they don't slaughter them, you're still exploiting someone. You're demanding someone be born into existence with a handicap that will forever be dependent on you.
Yeah.
That's what makes it unfair.
But in industrial ag, you just
don't support industrial ag. Like if you have access to
but you do with buying.
Yes, I do. Yes, but because I do something that you find immoral, that doesn't mean you can't go vegan.
But you're the one kind of advocating for like me not to eat.
What are you advocating for?
But industrial ag isn't really veganism. And foods purchased from industrial agriculture, when you also have the ability to go and purchase, like Shopify sites are all over the place for local producers, dude. You could order all your food online from local producers, and you don't.
I could also just go to the farmer's market too, right?
But you don't.
Right,
just
I don't.
Do that.
So maybe I can improve myself. I have no problem looking into that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I actually, you know what? I really appreciate you saying that. Because this is how I talk to every vegan. I'll mention the chicken thing, and I'm like, but industrial ag is like actually just like slop, and they'll be like, well, I'm not killing the animal directly, and then I'm just like, well, you lost me there, because industrial ag does kill everything in the area.
So do the
it's
small
mean to
farms.
everything in the area.
So
I don't
if we
eat that
stop
stuff.
farming animals, we could rewild that land equivalency of North America and South America combined. I think that we could pay. Yeah, we could
It's
pay
like half,
farmers
yeah.
to just manage their lands instead of using them to be farmed on, right? So
Yeah.
honestly, if we stopped enslaving animals, we would have veganic produce, right? We would have better methods. Even if plants are still being factory farmed, we'd still have a lot more greenery, a lot more positive things in our world. Like, I would argue that focusing on veganism first and then the environment or your local economy, I feel like that's a better issue. It's like slavery versus your local economy. I'm going to go with the slave rights over your local economy. Yeah.
No, that's fair. Okay. And are you not, if industrial ag is essentially everything that you're buying at the grocery store, right?
Not
and
everything.
Industrial
I buy
ag
organic, but it's still industrious, I guess. It's a large company.
They just
I
spray
guess
a little less.
they have different rules. Yeah. But like I said,
Yeah.
I don't mind looking into that,
Mhm.
and doing better. Honestly, though, most of the time when it comes to produce, it's hard to tell what's better done because conventional, organic, they still all different. They still exploit in some way, right? It's hard. They don't even advertise it.
And the words are
Say again.
sometimes
Yeah, the
don't
words
matter.
don't even matter
Yeah.
sometimes. But when I demand plants, I'm demanding plants. When I demand animal products, I literally have to demand someone be exploited. But I will look in. I have no problem
Sure.
looking into the consequences of my choices supporting my local grocery store versus my local farmers market. Because I definitely have multiple farmers market.
Yeah, going to like
I live in a very
Publix.
special corner of the world. I live
Yeah.
right next to Portland, Oregon. We have like a ton of vegan grocery stores. We have two of them, 2 vegan grocery stores and a ton of vegan restaurants. So I have a lot of options.
And you
I'm near
said you're in
Yes,
Oregon?
I'm right by it. Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, one thing too, the amount of like e-commerce that's popping up for
E-commerce.
people,
I'll look into
and
that.
a lot of it, admittedly, that I can think of is meat related. But I know there's a lot of like e-com people like that'll just. There's one guy in Florida, all he does is like
I
wild
love
blueberries.
wild blueberries.
And now are they $126 a pound? Absolutely, but
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating.
If I can help others
but-
and it costs me a little bit more, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather have a society where, we're all healthier, we're all safer, we're all treated equally. That's the world I want to be in. So
Yeah, and but they'll ship all of this stuff to you no matter where you are. They
That's
have like good
beautiful.
shipping for this now. I think supply chain will probably catch up with your
yeah,
with your belief
yeah. And if
system
that,
here.
if I can
yeah,
actually find veganic produce, like it's just something I have looked for it before online, but honestly, I gave up looking, so maybe I need to look again. And I appreciate you actually bringing that to my awareness.
The thing is we know a couple of veganic farmers. Veganic farming isn't on the rise right now because we don't live in a veganic world. And
Yeah, we can make the demand. We'll try to make the demand for sure. But to your point, yeah,
I understand that.
yeah, it's not there right now.
Right. I mean, I get organic as much as I can.
Yeah.
And things like that. So, and I do go to the farmer's market here
Way to go, Lori.
where I
Good
live
job.
in Southern California.
I go to my
So,
farmer's market as well. I just
yeah.
don't utilize them as much as I do my grocery store. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes I go to the grocery store.
Well, and
just,
though
whatever.
I just want to be clear.
again,
My focus though,
my focus is only
I
here
just want to be
to
clear. My
take-
focus is
Melon.
animal rights, and then we can talk about
Yeah.
what shopping
Diet.
locally or
Yeah, that's
far away. Because when it comes to the animals,
Right.
you could buy produce from really far away or whatever. Any produce, it's still environmentally speaking going to be less of a damage than your local animal products. So, but most importantly,
Yeah.
Supply and demand. If you're buying industrial ag, you're supporting industrial ag, which is undeniably mean to every single animal that's involved in it.
Well, no kidding. But do you know
Yeah.
industrial ag is getting American wild Mustangs pulled from public
Well, that's
lands,
to Alan's
and
point.
I'm Native
Alan's trying to
American.
say that we shouldn't support big agriculture in general.
Well, we
Oh,
don't
no.
support animal
Yeah,
ag.
when you
So,
when you go
Alan,
to the grocery store and you buy vegetables that
it's
are from the grocery store, you are supporting
industrial ag,
industrial
not
ag.
animal ag. I just
Period.
want to be clear because I think we're like two ships passing in the night right now. I was just trying to make it clear. Alan's talking about all of agriculture, not just animal ag.
Mass agriculture.
No kidding. Yes, I
Cisco
understand
slop.
because the store's not going to go, okay, well, we're going to put this so much towards vegan food and this so much for killing, unaliving more animals and this so much for milk. I
But
understand.
the thing is, Alan, as I said
I understand
before,
that's what they do.
if everyone, let's say everyone was only buying industrious plant foods, right? But just the plant foods, we completely all stopped using animals. We could actually reduce our land use greatly. All these animals, like biodiversity, would shoot up. Forests would expand.
Yeah, cut it in
Sorry?
half.
So I'm
Yep,
just saying, like,
totally agree.
we don't even need to think about industrious ag when it comes to plants because animal ag is so bad. And when you do the smaller farms, you're actually taking more land, more resources, more water because these animals take longer to get to their slaughter weight.
If they don't inject them, and the majority of them, even mom and pop farms still do injections. They inject them with hormones. They inject them with vaccines because they have to.
It depends. You got to have a little bit
They have
of there.
to. They have to keep the animal healthy. That's why they have to give them injections. That's
Well,
just the way it is.
that might be,
and that's mom and
I just
pop
want to be clear.
farms and
Alan
big
isn't
farms.
talking about industrious farms. Alan doesn't. He only local.
I don't support them. I don't buy from them ever.
That's great. So why do you continue to buy goat milk?
Because I really it's the only like form I like it. It makes me feel good. It tastes good.
You're still hurting the animal. That baby from that goat mama is being taken away at birth. You do know that, right? So you're taking food away from. No, it's not possible, Alan. It's what happens. It's what happens.
That
in
does
the
happen to
industry.
goats. They get their babies separated because they have
It
to sell the
happens to
milk.
goats. It happens to sheep. It happens to cows. It happens to It happens to baby pigs after they're so far along, they get taken away from their mom, and if they're not of healthy weight, they slam them into the ground, or if there's a problem with them.
So
they don't always slam them into the ground.
Let me ask you a
They
question.
do.
But that being said, where I get my food from, I'm not sure what they do. So, and I should probably look into that. I mean, I'm not, again, I think one thing you said to the last guy was when you have the responsibility to be morally better, you should do your best. And maybe I should figure out exactly how they're treating
Regardless
these
of
goats,
how they treat them,
and kind
right?
of make a decision.
We talked about it. Is it fair to ever birth someone?
Yeah, they still have to have the.
Is it
voice
ever fair to
taken
birth
away.
someone into existence that you know will forever be dependent on you? Is it ever fair to do that to someone on purpose?
For forever to be used?
Forever be dependent on you.
They will always forever be dependent on you
I mean,
because we've bred them to be that way.
Which is fast. So the domesticated, the idea of like we're basically just gonna no more domesticated.
The
chickens,
longest lived
goats,
ones are
cows is
dairy
fascinating.
cows. So if we stopped
Um,
breeding all animals right now, it'd be maybe 20 years and then we wouldn't have any more domesticated animals. They would just.
Do cows like that exist in the wild? Excuse my ignorance.
I mean, there's
Do cows
buffalo,
exist in the
and
wild?
I don't know if their ancestor is still trotting around. Keith knew more about the cow ancestry. I don't remember what they're called, but they definitely didn't produce milk like they do today, and they don't have the. Oh, Keith, do you remember the background of the cow?
Yeah, the yeah, they're called the Aroc. They're now completely
But
extinct.
for the most part, we just wouldn't have cows anymore.
He was asking
Say again?
if there are
We just
wild
wouldn't have cows
still.
anymore.
Oh, yeah, there's no like wild cows. There's like
Yeah, I
wild
was like, there's
bovines,
others in
but,
the family.
Yeah, I mean, we extincted the wild cow close to, I think it was about like 6,000 or 7,000 years ago at this point.
All right. What about legislation? You guys like have anything that you wish Congress would do like tomorrow?
You can't.
Yeah, and they are. They are. Didn't you hear about all the puppies, the beagles that were rescued? Do you believe in animal testing, Alan?
Animal testing?
Testing on animals, or do you buy things that are cruelty free when you go to the market or wherever you go to buy personal items or shampoos or detergents? cleaning products for your house, the clothes you wear, the
I doubt.
shoes
I
you
mean,
wear?
I can look at my cleaning stuff.
Do you go to? Well, you need to look it up and see if it's animal friendly or cruelty free. It's going to have a bunny on it or a V,
I mean,
or it will say animal free, cruelty free on
I
it.
mean, I got like Fabuloso and Downy, right? Like, I'll be honest.
That's just crap. They do.
Yeah.
I'm just asking you how you feel about testing on animals, because
No, I don't love it.
you can be vegan, helping with buying cruelty free, purchasing. Can you shut up, Chase? Purchasing cruelty free items, and not going to aquariums or zoos or rodeos or anything like that. Dolphinariums or swim with dolphins, or I'm just wondering if you had heard about all the beagles that were just rescued, and that's blown up to the point where now we're going after the next huge bio research lab, which is called MBR in New York, and then we're going to be going to the MBR in the UK, and we had 2,000 to rescue at Ridgeland. Now it's over 26,000 animals.
What's
to rescue.
Shoot, you were saying something about like aquariums and zoos. You guys are like definitely
We don't
against
go to that.
aquariums.
Yeah.
Me and my wife went to a zoo like 3 years ago. She's like, "Can we go to the zoo?" I was like, "Sure." And then we went, and I was like, "That was awful. That was the most depressing thing I've ever seen in my life."
And it depends on the way. And you're talking about where to put your dollar. Don't put your dollar into places like that, because
Yeah, I mean, you go like kind of not like using your brain, right? And then you get there, and you're like, "Wow, that was awful." I mean, you just like
go
see
to
the
sanctuaries. Go to a
sadness in their eyes.
sanctuary. Go sit with farm animals. You would be shocked to see how they are, and how they relate to humans when they aren't being forced, or they're happy. They're just living their best life.
All right. Well, I won't.
I wanted to touch real quick, just because you asked about legislation. It's really hard to ban something when most people are not for that being banned. So that's why what we're doing is talking to people one-on-one, because once people come together, we get a large enough group, then laws can be placed and they won't be tyrannical, right? Because they would actually be laws of the people, which is what our laws are. It's when we come together and agree on things. So there are vegans that are pushing towards legislative change, but we have to talk to our neighbors and have understand their ethics and see if we actually agree with each other, which most people do. So there are vegans actively on that. There's vegans almost on every front, but basically where it starts is just your actions, where you put your hand. And I interrupted you. You were going to say a question real quick. Go ahead for it, or go for it. I'm so sorry.
What was my question?
I know we've been talking a long time too.
It's okay.
It's understandable.
Yeah, no, this is frying me.
I know.
A
And
lot
you
of
are welcome
information
to
to
reach out and ask
process.
questions.
Is there like a first steps? I mean, outside the animal cruelty stuff is awesome. We should go tackle that. I don't think anybody disagrees. Oh, what I was going to say is in terms of legislation, it's just like somebody that goes and votes. I mean, this is something, if there's a group of people that I think you're like intellectually honest, completely with everything you've said. Oddly, I feel the same way about some of the like AB people that talk on here. Not whether or not I feel the same way doesn't really matter, but intellectually honest people, it's really easy for me to go vote for them. It's the most brain dead thing for me to go to the ballot box and be like, you know what? At least whether or not I want my chicken or not in the backyard, everything that comes up to my chicken that involves legislation, I go ahead. Free reign. I think you guys are like fighting the good fight, and it's easy to vote for, and it's hard to find things that are easy to vote for. So I do like to say that some vegans on here are just the worst. And I was talking to some group the other day, and they were just like so upset with me, and I was like, I just letting you know, like if somebody like locally, state level, federal level comes out and has like vegan policies and has like a vegan thing that they're doing, like dude, I'm voting for them every time. It's like I'm on your team. I just like figuring out kind of
it helps
where you guys are at on the moral compass
if you
part.
vote with your dollar. I mean, it is great that you vote with your ballot, but you also need to vote with your dollar.
And I think I do that by not going to grocery stores. I really do. I think we're going to phase those out.
So the thing is, we have grocery stores and industrious farming because we had small scale farming and it wasn't meeting our needs. So that's why these industrious systems have exploded.
And we fix supply chain now with things like
Sure.
Shopify
Yeah,
and quick
exactly. We have
shipping.
tools to make things
So we
better.
can
And I
go
think,
back.
as
Yeah.
we already agreed, if we can do it
Yeah.
better, then we should. And I'm definitely willing to look into my habits to do better for my neighbors and, human or non-human. So I will definitely do my part. Are you going to do your part?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
Will you at least
Yeah,
check out my
we'll see how it goes.
resources, watch that
Will you-
documentary?
Yeah, I mean, I'm dude. If somebody can give me a stomachable, like easy protein source,
Check
like
out
I'm
Challenge
more than
22.
down.
Reach out to
Yeah.
them because that's a dietitian that will talk to you directly. Okay. Cool. Yes.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Well,
Appreciate it.
Alan, please, I look forward to hearing back from you. Please let me know after you watch that documentary if it made any change or if you have any thoughts about the Challenge 22 website.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't
up
hear
here
often, I'm
every
assuming.
Monday, but I do check my TikTok all day, every day. So if you message me, I'll definitely respond.
Oh, I'll be on here on Mondays. This is how I procrastinate,
I love
so
it so much.
I'll
That's
see.
I will totally take
right.
you as a
Yeah.
procrastinator. Come this way. You're in good company.
Yeah, I
All
appreciate
right.
it.
Well, yay.
Workday's
All
over.
right, good.
See ya.
All right, Alan. Thank you
All
so much
right.
for being up. You have a
Bye.
good day, okay? Bye.
Thank you.
Awesome. I appreciate people checking out resources. If you're not going to do anything, at minimum, go check out Dominion. It's free on YouTube. It's on my website. If you go to antimus.org and you click on See What I Find, you'll see Dominion. But, oh, yes, Jake Glagatar, please. I didn't mention Jake Glagatar has a great website. It's actually more ethical than Challenge 22. I actually have a lot of issues with Challenge 22 just because of where it's located, really. It's actually a great resource. But I really promote animaljustice21.org. Please go to animaljustice21.org. It's just like Challenge 22. It just doesn't have that dietitian, but it does have a nutritionist, and he will answer questions for you as well. And it's a great place to focus on the ethics of veganism and why you should live vegan. So that's animaljustice21.org. Thank you, Jake, for reminding me. I'm so sorry I didn't say that earlier. Such a great resource. That website, animaljustice21.org. The other one was challenge22.com. 22 because they say it takes 21 days to make a habit and they give you a little extra day. Awesome. But like I said, Jake Lagatar's website is great. Please go check out Jake Lagatar. If you're not following Jake on YouTube or Instagram or TikTok, you should be. Jake is a great activist. He actually was a part of that Ridgeland rescue that Lori was talking about when they rescued the dogs from Ridgeland. Jake was there. He was on the ground and ready to save some dogs. He's starting his own dog sanctuary too. So please go check out animaljustice21.org. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready to do like one more. You guys want to do one more with me? Let's go. By the way, Lori,
Yeah.
it was awesome
Let's
to have
go.
you talking.
Come on.
I don't know if you've actually
11:50.
done outreach in so long, or at least not on my panel. So it was exciting to see you do some outreach. Woo! Yes.
Early.
Let's
You can take a couple more
I don't know
people.
about a couple. We'll see. I'm sharing the room with my partner.
Let's do it.
And his work had some
do
issues this
it.
weekend, so I probably should just do one more. But hey, Hassan, are you over 18? Uh-oh, Hassan? Oh, I hear
Wait
you
a
now.
minute.
Hello.
No. Yeah, the live freeze.
Oh, the
but I
live
can
is
hear you.
frozen? Oh, no.
For me, yeah, I think
Okay.
I just lagged.
Everyone else tells me it's not. I'm so sorry that it's frozen for you, but you can hear us. Is that what you said? Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
if
I can
anything
hear you.
happens, we'll just keep our eyes peeled, I guess. Are you vegan? Okay. What's
Nope.
veganism?
I assume it's not hurting animal, like claiming to not hurt animals or not eating anything animal
So
related.
that would be more like a plant-based diet. Veganism is an ethical stance against the exploitation of others. So I don't want to demand someone be exploited for my clothing or my entertainment, my cosmetics, or my food. Does that relate with your own principles? Do you relate with that?
I mean, yeah, I don't like anyone forcing me, but the thing is, for like being vegan is yeah, the live is
Oh,
back
cool.
now. Anyways, being vegan is like it's kind of forcing, like children to not eat meat-related stuff or chicken
Is that
or that,
bad?
because the human is already born to eat like beef and chicken and this. For me, it's bad in my
Okay,
opinion.
well, I think it's
Like
bad, in my opinion, for you to feed your children flesh. Who's right?
it's the
I
body's
don't need
need
it. I
to
haven't
eat.
needed someone's flesh for over a decade now. What's going to happen to me?
You can't say
So I
someone. We
haven't
are
eaten
talking
an
about
animal in
animals,
a
not
decade. What's
humans.
going to happen to me?
It's not
You just
that.
said
Like, it's not
that I
that good,
had
but
to.
it's
You
still
just said that I had to.
at least
No,
for
they
children.
don't. Hassan,
Grown-ups
if you're going to
don't
make a
need that
claim,
much of.
you need to have evidence. What's your evidence that children need animal flesh?
We are
Okay,
born
Hassan, you're
to
repeating
eat it. Now
yourself.
the
I
thing
need
is,
evidence now. I need
okay,
evidence.
okay. This was my weakest
Okay.
points. Okay, listen. You can wait. I know there are types of veganism. Like there are vegans who also don't
Hassan,
drink
you
milk
didn't
or
answer.
eat
You made a
cheese.
claim and you didn't provide evidence. That's what I want to know. What's your evidence that
Yeah,
children need
I told
flesh?
you this is the. Give me a moment. I told you this is my weakest point. So
It should be
I'm
pretty
not
clear to
very.
say this study says children need flesh. So what
Yeah,
is that
I know.
study?
I told you I
Okay.
didn't search. I didn't search
Well, then
about
why
this
would you
point,
say it?
but I searched about other.
But your
Because I feel
feelings are
like
not facts,
I
right?
feel like
Science
it.
doesn't care about your feelings.
Okay, okay,
All
okay,
right.
okay.
So there's nothing actually that children need
So
from animals. Do you know what the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics is?
these are
Oh, okay.
intelligent
No,
English
it's a
words for
group
me.
of dietitians. It's a group of professionals that focus on how what you eat affects your health. They're the largest body of these professionals. They all say a vegan diet is safe and healthy for all stages of life. Yeah.
Oh,
So we
okay,
can get
okay,
everything we
okay.
need even as
So
children.
the thing is, do you think milking an animal like a cow, goat, does it
To
hurt
what?
the animal?
Does it hurt the animal to what? Oh, to
To
milk
milk
them.
it
Yes. Why does she produce milk? She's a mammal. Yeah,
for
for
the
her baby.
babies? I
Do you
mean,
think
yeah,
the
it's normal,
farmer
but also
waits for the cow to decide if and when she's going to get pregnant? Or do you think the farmer decides that the cow's going to get pregnant?
wait, give me a moment.
Oh no.
Are you there still, Hassan? Yeah. So I'm just going to tell you. So a cow is a mammal.
Yeah.
And she only produces milk when she has a baby. And the farmer doesn't wait
Okay.
for her to get pregnant. He'll either artificially inseminate her or he'll have a bull mount her. Either way, it's forced on her to have a baby. After 9 months of pregnancy, just like a human, after she's pregnant for 9 months and she gives birth, we separate her from her family that has been forced on her. We take away that baby. And we know that cows are very maternal. So she cries out for her baby. And her baby
But
also has distress from being separated from their mother. That's inherent in
yeah,
dairy.
but it's and you can search about it. Wait, you can also search about it. Milking the animal
No,
also helps it.
Hassan,
Like, yeah, they need
how
it for the
you
baby, but
didn't,
they
I'm
also
honestly going to
keep.
drop you, I think, because you're not listening. You're just wanting to argue. And I want you to hear me, right? We talked about why she produces milk. It's for her baby. Are you a baby cow? No, you are not a baby cow. Oops, did I mute you? I was trying to give you the signal to unmute. There you go.
Okay, no, I
Okay, so
understand that,
if
but
you
the
if
cow
you rape a
keeps
cow and
producing
she
milk.
gives birth, yes, that milk needs to get out, but not from your hand. It needs to go in the calf's mouth, right? It's not for you. It's not
I
for
get
you.
you,
It's for the
but
baby.
the cow keeps
No,
producing milk.
Hassan, you're just wanting to grape cows. Why do you want to grape cows? Yes, you do.
No.
I told you the only
That's a
way to
big
get
word.
her
That's a
milk
big
is to
word.
grape her. That's it. And all you can think about is like, well, once she's had the baby, she's going to keep producing milk. Don't grape her in the first place. Don't make her have a baby.
Why do it's
You
two
don't need to
cows?
have cows.
It's two
Stop
cows. They make a
breeding
baby.
animals. Your part, you need to stop buying the products that these producers make. If you move your hand to other products, they don't
Hassan,
make them. They don't make the dairy products anymore. Go ahead.
I don't think he understands how the dairy industry works. I think that's one of the biggest problems. Hassan, in the dairy industry, right? They do not just wait for cows to mate naturally. Normally, depending upon the size of the farm, these cows are artificially inseminated so that they get pregnant because that's the only way to produce milk. Once they're pregnant, they give birth. The babies are taken away from the mothers. Now, if the milk that the cow produces is for the babies that they just gave birth to, and if that baby were allowed to suckle off the mama, we wouldn't have an issue, right? But they're genetically modified to produce way too much milk. The babies are taken away so that humans can get all of the milk.
Okay, artificially, that thing doesn't happen in my culture. That's the thing.
It absolutely does.
Yes, it does.
Oh, go ahead.
No, it doesn't. My father has a farm, and
What country? What country are you in?
I'm Arab. I'm Muslim.
You can be Muslim, but you're in Oman. Assalamu alaikum, kayf halik, by the way. You're in Oman, the UAE, Saudi. Where are you?
I'm Palestinian.
You're in Palestine. Okay, so I'm going to go find out if you guys use AI. Most likely you do. Even if you don't, that doesn't justify you unnecessarily exploiting animals. But let me go check.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're not a super huge industrial farm, you still, the milk that is produced is for the babies that these cows are given birth to. If human beings required milk in their adulthood, we would be selling human milk in the stores. No adult mammal requires milk, period.
That's such a great point. Yeah.
It's not
That's a great
necessary.
point. Yeah. Why don't we have human milk on the shelf? That's actually quite weird. I mean, to your point, it's exactly
because we don't need it.
We don't need it.
We only need it in infancy. Every single mammal on the planet weans off of their mother's milk.
So true.
Palestine uses AI, just for the record.
I mean, I don't know why they.
Oh, there you
wouldn't.
go.
The reason why farmers use it is because it's so effective.
Oh.
Well, yeah, he may
but
claim
they-
that's like
Right,
a
a
Muslim, like they have sometimes they have like rules and laws like
That makes
limiting the
sense.
amount that they interfere with animals. But I mean, the fact that dairy cows even exist in their country shows that they don't care. I mean, chickens also are like extraordinarily selectively
They
bred.
don't. They've bought in them. They don't live there. They don't. That's not a normal
Oh, the
place for them
chickens.
to be.
Oh, dairy cows.
Dairy
Yeah.
cows. Or chicken. Or chicken.
They do
I
have
get
dairy
what
cows,
Lori's trying to
but-
say. They're not native
Yeah.
to that area. Yeah.
No,
Not
right,
that
right.
any of them are
Area,
native
yeah.
anywhere, right?
So they
They're-
buy them.
Exactly. Yeah.
They buy them
None
and
of
get
them.
them over there, but he thinks if they naturally produce, he's crazy because there's just no way. The farmers need to know for sure these female cows are gonna get pregnant on the first try, because they lose money if it's
Honestly,
not happening.
like, let's say that these cows were actually just wild animals and you were somehow, they didn't fight you off and you were able to approach them and drink off of their teat right there. I would still find that so weird. Like, why are you drinking someone else's breast milk? It just seems so weird. It's just absolutely unnecessary.
You've already had your
Yeah.
mother.
Oh, they left.
Yeah,
Okay.
very
Damn.
weird.
I was hoping there
Aw.
was going to be an actual conversation there for a second because, it actually sounded kind of promising for a moment. Welcome up, vegan tattoo artist.
Walaikum salam, Hassan. Ashufak bukra, inshallah.
I don't know what that
Hassan.
means.
It just
Oh, got
it just means
Gotcha,
goodbye. See
gotcha.
you tomorrow. Hopefully it'll come back
Awesome.
tomorrow.
Well, welcome up, vegan tattoo artist.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Up
It's
here.
awesome. I actually love having vegans up here. I was trying to just do vegan free for the first hour, just because I was in the zone, but I really enjoy having vegans up on the panel.
Yes.
So.
Won't your partner let you stay up for a little longer? Come on, I was in the hospital this
Ian, would you be okay if I
weekend.
did one more?
I didn't get to do much of
He said yes. He's not on a call right
anything.
now, so let's do one more. Let's do one more.
Oh, that's nice. I just don't get to see you very often
I
because
know,
I always
especially
miss you.
'cause
And
I'm really sad that you were in the ER. That's wild.
you don't send out
I
reminders,
know.
woman.
We all love you. We all want
You
to see
need to
Martin.
send
I
out
can do that. I'll do that
reminders so
just
we
for you,
know.
Lori. I'll do that for you. Yeah, I'll start doing that again. I stopped doing it, but I'll
Yeah.
do it again for you.
I know you did.
Where is
I was
she?
like, what the heck?
Hey, Arise.
So it's like I gotta try to figure out what days are
I'll
on now.
message you. I'll make it a
Or if
priority
you're
to message
on.
you and make updates.
Yeah, I mean, I watch on
Thank you.
YouTube.
Thank you.
Yeah, I watch on YouTube too. When you go
Hey,
over
Arise,
there.
are you over 18?
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
about
Right
to be
on. Are you
34.
vegan? Okay.
No, I'm not. But there are a lot of things that you've said that I completely agree with. I would say that I think livestock farming should be completely illegal. I do not buy meat from a grocery store. Like literally, the only thing I buy at a grocery store is yeast. That's so I can make my bread. Otherwise, like I grow my own crop, not a whole lot, but enough to feed me and the family members that can't really go to work anymore, and they don't like to go to the grocery stores
Glad
either.
you do that for them. That's really sweet.
Meat wise, I only have meat like dinner time. Sometimes I don't have meat for dinner. I don't do breakfast or lunch with meat, and I think the way it should be legally is if you want meat, you should fish or hunt it yourself, or have your own, farm and grow your own beef. I do not eat beef. I don't like beef, and I don't drink milk because I'm not a baby anymore.
I do hear your point that people that
But
will raise their own animals at least understand what goes into the process and all that. But I would say that's like saying, well,
Mhm.
other people can have human slaves. They're just going to learn what's what's
Yeah.
inherent in it, which I personally, I just don't even want people to have human slaves. So, yeah.
No, and I totally get that. It's like, well, it's livestock, and it's like you're destroying the earth doing that because you're having so many of them just so you can sell the meat and whatnot. And it's like here in the state of Missouri, like I'm pretty sure like 60 to 70% of our crop grown is to make feed for the livestock, so they're basically for a long time they were destroying, making these fields so they could grow it, and it's doing no help for human, and it's doing no help for earth and whatnot. Like I do eat meat, but all I eat is what I catch or what I hunt, and I catch 4 fish. That's 4 days of meal. Because like I said, I only have it for.
Do you think
dinner.
that do you
Yeah,
think
I
that if you
do.
have an alternative that you should avoid exploiting someone?
I do. I think though, when it comes to like vegetables and meat, they both have their pros and cons. And personally, I do think with a little bit of meat, it does up your chance, but you have to be careful. You can't be eating meat all the time, or else you're destroying your
Do you think
digestive
animals
system.
feel and care what happens to
And
themselves?
I mean, I do, but at the same point, at that sense, how do the
they probably don't
gazelle
feel good.
feel when they're being
Yeah, they
chased by
probably
a
don't feel good.
lion?
Don't
And I
you
get
think-
that, but I don't think I'd feel good either if I was attacked by a cougar.
Those animals you're talking about don't have a choice either.
No, and I get that, but I mean, we all come from nature,
Why bring it up?
our natural
You don't
instincts.
come from nature anymore.
Well,
Do you
most
think that
people
if
don't.
someone has the capacity to suffer, that their best interests should be considered over your benefits of using them?
Okay,
Let's
can you
say I
say
have a
that
dog here. I'll
again?
use an example to illustrate it. I have a dog, and it's my family's tradition to kick this dog for fun and exercise. In fact, my grandma, she doesn't even get out of her chair unless there's a dog to kick. So benefits grandma to get out and get exercise, benefits us as a family to come together and practice a tradition of kicking the dog for fun and exercise. Do you think we should continue that practice?
Well, my answer for that, I'll put it this way. I think that laws should have I think cities should have a law against having pets. I don't think pets should
Do you think
be had most. I mean,
Do you
I
think
have
that my
dogs, but I
benefits
don't live
outweigh
in
that dog's
town.
experiences, or does that dog's experiences outweigh my benefits?
I mean, for my dogs, if something were about to attack them, I'll step
But for
in, and if I
me,
die,
this
I
is not
die.
your dog. This is a different dog, and it's my family's tradition. Gets grandma out of the chair. Is it? Does the dog's experiences, are those more important, or are my traditions and my exercise more important?
No, I don't think a dog should ever be
So the
beaten
dog's
on for any
experiences
reason
matter
unless it
more than
comes
my
out of
benefits
nowhere and
from them,
touches
right?
it. Do what? Say
The
that again.
dog's experiences matter more than the exercise and tradition being practiced for my family, those benefits. Their experiences matter more than my benefits. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So the
yeah. I
same
mean,
thing comes
I
the
don't
same
really
thing
agree
comes to
with.
any other animal that you use, even a little bit. They still care what happens to themselves, and their lives, their experiences matter more than any 15-minute pleasure benefit you get from exploiting them.
And I totally get that. That's why I don't do
I mean, any
livestock
animal
farming.
flesh, any
Whenever
animal
I do eat
product
meat, it's
is
something
demanding
that
someone be exploited.
I mean, and I do understand your point, but like I said, I think there is a big difference the way I do my
It isn't,
food
because you're still
system than
exploiting
compared
someone.
to livestock. But I'm
Doesn't
not
matter.
there
You're still
raising them. If
exploiting
I
them.
see
They're
them
only
and have a
exploited for your
chance,
dollar because you demand it. You gave their oppressor money and said, make more. So
dollar.
because of your demand, the next individual gets put in that system.
No, I don't pay for
You
my
don't pay
meat.
for any of the animal products that you
Nobody
consume.
raises my meat.
Okay, well, even being
No,
given them is putting in a demand. Because how the
I'm
hell
not
do you,
giving
you're
them.
shooting someone, you're pew-pewing, you're stealing from someone.
Well, no, I don't
Okay,
shoot guns. I shoot
you're
bows.
stealing
I make
someone's
my own.
life
Oh, that's even
for
worse.
something you don't need. That's the whole point.
I mean, and
You
I
don't though,
understand that,
because
but
you
like
still
I
do
said,
it.
you know,
Can
with
I go
there's
pew-pew my
pros and
neighbor
cons.
because it's convenient? But I want to eat their body. I
Are
could
you
feed my
gonna
family
are
for
you
a
gonna
whole
eat
year on
your?
my neighbor. I
Are
might.
you going
Do you think
to?
that's moral?
Well,
Tell me why it's
that's
not
weird.
moral. Tell
That's
me why it's
It is
not
weird.
cannibalism.
moral. Why
That's
is it not moral?
cannibalism. Because cannibalism
That's
for
just begging
humans
the
is not
question. Why
moral.
is it wrong for me to cannibalize my neighbor?
Well, there's just I
It's
don't know. That's your
immoral. I'll tell
species. I
you
mean, then
why.
again,
I'll
a
tell
lot of
you why.
animals are
It's
also.
immoral to cannibalize my neighbor because my neighbor is sentient. They still care about living. They want to have that next positive experience. Same thing with other animals.
Well, then at that point, wouldn't it be fair if I eat an animal that's
No,
also a cannibal? Why? Because they're
they're
eating
not
their
moral
own
agents in
people.
human morals. You are. You know there are consequences to your actions. They're surviving a harsh environment. You're just playing, you're cosplaying as
We
someone who
might
doesn't go
be.
to a grocery store. You have alternatives. You already agreed. If you have an alternative, the moral thing is to not exploit someone.
I
Yeah,
totally
if you were the
understand that. I
victim, let's say
mean,
there's
I
someone
don't
out
know.
there
I
that's
guess
living off the
I
land
get your point.
and they want to eat you because it keeps them from having to go to the grocery store. Is that fair in your opinion?
Well,
Exactly.
no, but I don't think they're
My
gonna get the
point
chance
is, you don't want to be
because I'll get
exploited
to
for
them
such a
before they
trivial
get to me.
excuse. Why would your excuse of I don't want to go to the grocery store be good enough to take an animal's life?
Well, I really don't know how to
Well, that's
answer
fine.
that.
Just
I
think about
guess.
that. Ask yourself, do I really want to be that person that causes unnecessary harm to somebody else who wanted to live?
I mean,
And
I
you
guess I could say something, but it'd take me to. I'd have to take things to like a
You could
much
just go to the
higher
grocery store and
level.
you don't have to
Is
do
like,
anything. Or
what
just,
if?
you could even learn how to forage. You
What if?
don't, I mean, it's not that you need to go to the grocery store to be vegan,
Well, I can
but
do
if the
forage.
alternatives are there, I'm going to encourage you to go to the alternatives and not pew someone in their home just enjoying their life.
I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I kind of get that, but that's like we're not. I mean, we're not
We are
animals
animals. We're
themselves.
apes.
You know, I mean, I think we are animals.
Yeah. We
We are
turned
animals,
away from
yeah.
nature because it
But
wasn't fair. And it's uncomfortable being exposed to all the elements, right? It's unfair because someone who's hungry will just come up and take you.
nature,
So we made structures and medicine and
even before humans became humans, what was before us, they also
yeah, but today we
ate
don't need
animals.
to. Oh, go ahead.
But that doesn't mean.
Go ahead.
And
I
well,
mean, I get that. I'm
I was just
very
kind of
old school.
I was honestly
natural
impressed with this guest because at the beginning, he sounded basically like in line with most vegan morals. Like, I don't like what happens here. I don't like what happens there. Like all the, he did the whole I don't eat that much meat thing. I mean, I don't know, guest. I mean, I feel like you obviously you care about animals. I mean, you obviously you don't like these factory farms, which is something that everybody claims. But I can tell by the way that you talk about it, you probably really don't. So what prevents you? Like, what truly prevents you? I mean, everything that VSL said, but what truly prevents you from actually applying your own integrity and your own values to your actions? Like, what's stopping you? Because I feel like you already think like a vegan. I mean, almost everything you said for the first half of what you were speaking on I was like, why is this guy already a vegan and you're just still eating meat? Like, what's stopping you?
Well, I still think that if you balance your food properly and whatnot, it will be better for your own health. I mean, like I said, there are pros and cons on both sides of what you're eating.
So, sorry, I just want to make sure I understand because you're answering, and I want to make sure that I understand before I listen, and then I get confused because sometimes it takes me energy to follow what people are saying. But so, are you saying that you're worried about the nutritional aspect of it? Is that what's kind of stopping you from living according to your own integrity?
I go off of
the nutrition?
more easier way to approach health. I mean, I'll put it this way, like, I mean, I could never eat meat again, but I think meat has given my my body form a little bit of more ups. I mean, back in 2023, I fell 34 feet and I landed on my head on concrete. So I have TBI now. And I think if my body wasn't what it is, that would have killed me. But because even the doctors told me nobody's lived from this after what I went through.
That sucks. I have a close friend that was involved in combat who had TBI, so I definitely feel for you on that. But I will say this too, like that does suck. It doesn't prevent you from being vegan though. So what do you mean when you say that you think? And you definitely could have survived that as a vegan as well. But what do you mean when you say that you think it's easier, or like do you really? It's okay if you believe this because we can talk about it.
Digestive system, and not just digestive, but like people talk about, you can get protein just from the vegetables and whatnot. I'm like, yeah, vegetables and meat, they both have protein, but they don't have the same protein. Do you need the protein in meat? No, but it does work faster on your body.
So that's not true. I mean, you are talking about protein, which we do need protein. This is a fact. But plants do have protein, and sometimes people will say something like, "Oh, plants, meat has more protein," but that doesn't really mean much. Like, do you mean that like 100 grams of a meat product will always have more protein than 100 grams of a non-animal product? I mean, and that wouldn't be accurate anyway.
No, it's based off of the difference in their protein. They're not the exact same protein. Like vegetables are what considered a very unbalanced protein, but you eat them right, then you can add them together properly. But I don't.
Okay, well, I don't know what you mean by unbalanced. You might mean
like amino acid and stuff.
Okay,
you're
talking about a complete
protein.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so B12 isn't a protein, but you might be talking about a complete protein, right? Which would be a protein that contains all 9 essential amino acids. And so meat does contain all 9 essential amino acids, and plenty of plants also contain all 9 essential amino acids. Like soy is like the perfect example because it's super cheap, cheaper than animal flesh. Of course, doesn't take the life.
But I can't grow soy every year in the same field, or else it'll destroy the soil. Like you can only grow soybeans for so long, and then you have to plant something else.
But I mean, you do go to the grocery store to get your other items other than animal flesh, right? I know that you say that you don't go to the store to buy that.
I go get yeast. That's it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you could also get like some tofu or something like edamame, which is just soybeans or something like that.
I don't really like. I'll eat soybeans. Like I'll put them in a pot and cook them. That's how I'll eat soybeans.
Yeah, you should do that more then, because soy has all 9 essential amino acids. So if
Yeah,
you're
but I
genuine,
can't grow soybeans every year.
but you can buy them from the store.
But I don't
This
want
is
to.
that
I don't
cosplay
want to
again.
go to the store though. I live off of my own deal, other than the yeast. But I get the yeast to make bread and wine.
But while you're getting the yeast, you could grab some soy, and that way you don't have to take the life of an animal.
Yeah, but that's more money I have to give to a company
So
or
I
a
should
business
pew my
that
neighbor
sells
because it's convenient and
what
cheap.
shouldn't need to be sold.
I mean, bullets aren't exactly cheap. These, I don't know. Have rounds gone down though? I know that they were a couple dollars.
Well,
Like
let's
I
say I
remember
go
a
to
few
my
years ago, it was
neighbor
like
and
$1 per round.
you know, it's cheap and inexpensive for me.
I only have one gun and it's full and it's not been unloaded in over
Aries
3
was saying
years.
they use a bow.
Has it been unloaded? Then wait, how did you
I
hunt?
know,
Oh,
right? I'm like, oh my god, it's the worst way to do it.
yeah, but yeah, I mean, with that being said, though, I know it is so bad because, yeah, but with that being said, though, you know, like, even the cost for the bowl or the heads or the time it takes for you to go out there. I mean, technically, if you consider the amount of time that it would take you to go out there and you divide that by, you know, whatever you're, you know, receiving as income, whether
Not to
it's,
mention
you know,
the practice
SSI or
you
whatever,
have to put in to be
you know,
able
you're,
to pull a bow. Like that's not easy.
yeah, I mean, yeah, and I mean, and aside from like literal the ethical nature of it, so you can say that you do all these things, but if you go out there, you're choosing to unintentionally wrench the life away from a living being who is going to fight for every last breath they can get, when you could just go grab your soy and your yeast in the same trip. I mean, I do hear what you're saying, but can you at least recognize that you are taking the life away from an individual who doesn't want to die and doesn't have to die? Do you see that?
I mean, I can't
I
eat
didn't
it.
want to be born into this industry.
Well, I want his
anyway.
answer though.
I mean, no, I don't want to just. I mean, I don't go hunting just so I can go get a big buck. Like, no. Plus, I don't really like shooting bucks because their meat's too tough. But not trying to say that being rude or anything, just being straight up and honest.
Do you need yeast?
But I mean,
you do. You absolutely need yeast for your health. You don't need bread, though.
I like bread.
Exactly.
I mean, I don't
Why do
need to
you
make
bother
bread,
going
no.
to the
I
store for
don't.
yeast when it's absolutely unnecessary?
I mean, I don't really
I mean,
make
why
bread
buy
all the
yeast at all?
time, but well, mainly so I can make some wine because
You
I
don't
do
need
like
wine
drinking some
either.
wine.
Do you see what I'm saying? You're going to the store for something you literally do
no,
not
I
need, and
don't.
you're complaining about buying tofu.
And wine probably ain't good for your TBI, bro.
Well, here's my question for you: do you need
I'm
electricity?
telling you that you go to the grocery store already and you're belly aching about picking up tofu. You're already there. Just buy the
I don't
damn
like the
tofu instead of
taste of it.
shooting someone in the head. But you prefer to pew pew someone in the head? Or in the heart?
Well,
I'm
for
sorry,
one,
because it's a
yeah, I'd
bow.
never viewed an animal.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Ugh,
yeah, I would
Aries,
rather
that's
do that
terrible.
than.
What if I have a dog farm and it's really convenient for me, or there's wild dogs actually in my backyard. They just happen to be back there. They're not harming anybody. In fact, they've made a little ecosystem. They're part of the web back there. They don't harm anybody but the system that they're in. Do you think it's moral for me to go out there and pew pew dogs when I could just go to the grocery store and get some tofu?
I'm not really sure exactly how to answer that, but I can
No,
answer
I
it
don't
with
want another
another
question. I
question.
want an answer.
No, please let me. I
Is
don't
it
know how to
moral,
answer
in
that,
your
but I still have a
opinion,
question.
for me to go hunt dogs when I have options?
How often would you
However
talk about
often
going
you
and
do
hunting them
for
if you were
deer.
going to do something like that?
Okay. Do you
Once
think I
every
should
other
do that with
year.
dogs?
I mean,
Why are you
shoot.
asking me this question? It's going to be
One
exactly
every other
like
year.
you.
Because
What you do with deer,
I
I'm going to
only
do
shoot
exactly with dogs. Is that moral?
one
Is
every other
that
year. Because
moral?
one
Aries,
deer will feed
hello?
you
Are
for
you
a
hearing
year.
me? Is that moral? Yes or no?
That
See how
depends on what
slippery
you
you
see as
are? You
being
know what,
moral. I
Aries?
think if
You
I
were so honest in the beginning, and now you're being dishonest. You know it's wrong for me to go hunt dogs. You know it. That's why you can't say it. You know it's immoral, and you know the hypocrisy.
Yeah, I think
You
going
know
and
your
hunting a
hypocrisy
dog.
now, because there's no morally relevant difference between the deer and the dog, is there? So you know if you tell me that it's wrong for me to pew pew deer, or excuse me, dogs. See, I'm already mixing them up. You know if you say it's wrong for me to pew pew dogs, that it's wrong for you to, I don't know another word for a bow and arrow, but pew pew deer. You know. You don't need to do it. I could go to the
Well,
grocery
above
store and
makes
get
a foamy
tofu, but
sound.
I
And deer
enjoy
meat is very unhealthy.
putting an arrow into a dog. That's what you're saying right now. I prefer to put the arrow in the deer's chest who wanted to live, didn't want to feel suffering. They wanted to live. I'm going to take that away from them so I don't have to go to the grocery store and I can have this label of I don't go to the grocery store. Like, that's a terrible reason to take someone's life. That's a terrible excuse for you to not take responsibility for your choices. I'm sorry, being a tattoo artist. I'll mute myself.
It kind of feels like you're trying to say that I go out there to hunt every day, kill a deer
didn't
every
say
day.
that.
Like, no.
But
That's not
for
really
that,
You were
but for that one deer, that's everything though, Aries. Like I hear what you're saying. You're like, I only do this once every other year. But that one deer who lost their life unnecessarily, like that was everything. It doesn't matter if you did it to 100 deer, because each deer would have the same, experience as far as like, damn, this sucks and I'm, dying. And so you could say that, right? You can say that you only do one every other year, but to that individual, right? That's what we try to think of on this micro level. Like that one individual did not want to have that experience, and they didn't need to have that experience. Okay, Keith, I know you're trying to say something, so I'm also going to
I
be quiet.
would like to go back to the more natural way of life, and that would be eating both animals and vegetables. And I think the further away we get from our
You're playing
nature,
dress up, Aries. You're
or
playing
like our
dress up.
natural instinct. No, just please give me time. Please don't cut me off. I didn't
And
cut you
Aries,
off.
like,
Please let me
wait,
finish.
are you just
Please
talking
let
about
me
like what
finish.
people
Can we
people
be
would do
respectful and not cut people off, please?
Well, I mean, you're talking about
Love you.
natural, so like you're just saying what people would do given like no governance using their like actual morals.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is the further we go away from our natural resource is the more we get into destroying Earth. So yeah,
Well,
I do
the
think it
further
is
we
better to
get,
go back.
that's not like not even the case, because if everyone
all
does
your
what,
technology
sorry,
is destroying
Eric,
Earth. So
stop.
why use some phones if you
If
don't want to
everyone
destroy?
does what you do, right, we actually destroy more of the Earth. So what you're saying is not the case. And it's just like, yeah, it's just basically like running that, like, environmental empirical evidence is based off like some kind of appeal to nature fallacy. That's not how environmental science works.
How
First
often
of
do
all,
you charge your phone?
sorry, what?
How often do you charge your phone?
Do you think that electricity is innately something that we can't make like green or positive?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying every
Okay, so
time
yeah,
you're
this is like a
using
this is such a
every time
non
you
sequitur.
use
Like,
electricity,
Eric, can you
more
stop?
electricity has to
Can
be.
you stop for the love of God? The
Can
indirect
you
harm
stop?
that's potential, the indirect harm that has a potentiality within producing electricity or other goods and services is not even remotely comparable to direct exploitation. Do you think that if I was someone who was, exploiting humans directly for my enjoyment, no necessity behind it, and then someone was like, trying to explain to me why that was wrong to do, and I said, well, how much do you charge your phone, bro? Do you think I'm being reasonable?
No, I think the more you use electricity, the more you're killing animals.
No, dude.
More
So
electricity
again,
takes more
stop. Can
destroying of
you
land.
no?
The
Can
more
you
land you
answer the
destroy.
question I asked you? Do you think that the person who
You
is
didn't like
exploiting
my answer.
humans, do you think the person who's exploiting humans for trivial, non-necessary reasons, it is in a discussion with someone else, and that person is trying to talk to them about their unnecessary exploitation of humans, and instead of engaging with that discussion, they reply by saying, well, how much do you charge your phone, bro? Do you think that they're being
Because
reasonable? Do you think
if you would let
do you
me
think
get to the
someone who's
point instead of
unaliving one
cutting me
human per
off,
year,
and then
do you
you can
think someone
actually
who's
have something to
unaliving
argue.
one,
You can't
do
really
you think
argue
that,
against.
can you stop? Do you think that a person who's unaliving one human
Can you
per
stop?
year for their personal enjoyment, and then when they get confronted about that,
Why
they
don't
try
you
to
just do it, me?
divert
Because
away to indirect harm? Do you think that that's reasonable?
I think what's reasonable is being respectful to other people and not cutting them off when they're right in the
You
middle of
literally
saying
cut me off
something.
20 million times at this point.
Because you kept cutting me off, so you cut me off, I cut you back. That's
Yeah, because I never got to make my
pity.
point.
I never cut you off until you started cutting me off. So
No,
if
you started the whole process.
I was not
dude.
I did not start cutting you off. You cut me off first, and then I didn't say anything. I
Okay,
let you
well, it
talk, and
doesn't.
then every time I would start to
It
talk,
literally doesn't
you
matter at
kept
this
cutting
point. Can
me
you
off.
answer the question?
So
It
I
literally
started
doesn't
cutting you
matter at this
off.
point. You've been rambling for close to 40 minutes at this point. Can you please respond to my question?
I will whenever you promise to stop being
Yeah,
disrespectful.
great. Respond to the question.
You promise you're not going to cut me off?
Cool. Responds to the question.
All right. Well, ask the question again now because I can't quite remember now.
Okay. Yes. So you have a person in front of you. This person is exploiting humans directly for their intended, trivial purposes. They don't need to be doing this direct exploitation to these human beings, right? They don't need to be doing it. And when they're being confronted by someone else telling them that what they're doing in terms of their direct exploitation of other humans is wrong, they respond by saying, well, what about the ways that you indirectly harm humans, right? Like you drive a car and you might incidentally hit a human by driving your car, or you obtain electricity and there might be a human who's indirectly harmed by obtaining electricity. Do you think that that person is being reasonable? Yes or no?
It just depends on what kind of point. Now, if they're wanting to go get every meal having a big old fat steak, then yeah, they need to shut up because they are part of the problem, but bigger part of the problem. Like I said, livestock farming.
I'm talking about
again. You're cutting me off.
You're misinterpreting what I'm talking about. I'm talking about someone who's
let me finish what I'm saying
humans.
and then let me know.
Well,
That's
I just
respect.
okay.
Well,
Very
let
simply.
me finish talking before you argue about it.
You're
Let me
just
get
going
my
into something
point
I
in.
didn't ask you to respond to. That's why I'm cutting you off. I'm not cutting you off to be rude. I'm cutting you off so that we don't spend time talking about something I'm not asking you about.
Okay, I would have gotten to the point if you'd let me finish. Okay, I'm sorry, my response ain't right off of the bat of an answer. Not every question is a yes or no.
You were talking about steak. That has nothing to do with my question. The question was about someone who is directly exploiting human beings. They're doing egregious, terrible things to another human individual for their own enjoyment. Okay? That's the situation I'm asking you about. And then when that person is being confronted by someone who's exposing that direct exploitation, the person who is exploiting these humans directly goes, oh, well, what about the indirect harm you cause to humans? Do you think that person is being reasonable?
I mean, in my sense, yeah, because honestly, I think
Oh
you
my fucking
yourself
God.
has killed more animals.
He might not have gotten to understanding what you were saying, but I understood what you're saying. Like, if a slave owner, I don't know if that word is actually banned on TikTok or not, but if a schmave owner is saying, oh, but you charge your phone, it's okay for me to have human schmaves.
Exactly. Someone who is like murdering humans directly,
Jeffrey Dahmer,
or enslaving them, or being racist towards them, or whatever else that you could think of. Like some egregious, terrible form of clear, direct exploitation is happening because of the hands of someone else. And then when confronted about that, they go, hey, so you realize that you're like directly exploiting this other sentient like human being. And they go, oh, well, you charge your phone, so that hurts humans sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, dude,
I just saw
what the
also
fuck?
in my YouTube comments, Ben from Berlin was like, please end this crap show. You tried so hard to. You were I felt like he still was kind of listening to you, even though he was being a little poopy at the end. I still think your point still landed with him. He just didn't like it.
No.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. But you know what? He did bring up some great points a lot of people do have misunderstandings about. So the silver lining is we all learned. We all learned something, I guess.
Well, and to his point, like he says, well, I think we should get back to a more natural way of being. I think that, yeah, I think people, it's not the way that we used to be was not natural. It was out of necessity. Because we didn't live in the world we live in today. So it wasn't quote unquote natural. Except maybe for the fact that we were running around in our birthday suits.
I mean, we just didn't cause as...
Yeah, we did what we did out of necessity.
And we still caused a lot of damage. I mean, like, just because something is natural doesn't mean it was good. And yeah, it's just a fallacy.
That's right.
But, to your point, exactly. Like,
yep.
Yeah, the natural bros terrify me because it's just like, oh, as long as it's natural, it's definitely good. It's
Enslaving
like,
each other.
hey, I can name an absurd number of things for you
Yeah.
that are quote unquote natural, but would
Exactly.
not
Right.
be good.
Exactly.
Precisely. Yeah, what frustrates me too is like these people are always like, I avoid my conveniences. And it's like, that's great that you want to do that, but you're doing it at the expense of somebody else. Somebody else is paying their entire lives for you to cosplay as someone living off of nature. Like, that's just not fair. That's outrageous. That's like someone saying, I want to dress up as an anime character, but I need to use your skin.
Right.
I'm
Right.
sorry, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and I also have to bite my tongue, like, even when I'm talking to people, like, when they're like, but I like it, but I like the way it tastes. Well, because I want, so what?
Of course you have benefits.
That doesn't mean
Exactly.
you get
Like
to take
oppressors
it.
will always get benefits, right? Always. The
Right.
victim is the one paying
Right.
for it. You need to look at the situation from their perspective. That's why I always point to grape. Because
Exactly.
people immediately can vividly, oh, the little chicken. Thank you. Oh my gosh, Lord, you're so sweet. But that's why I always pivot to human. Oh man, now I lost my train of thought. Pivot to brain farts. What was I just saying?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I got distracted by the chicken. ADD much? My gosh. I'm sorry, guys. I don't remember what it was I said. What was I saying? That chicken was just too damn cute. I don't remember now. That's okay. I really appreciate everyone being here. I think I am going to wrap it up here. We had a long day. It took a village today. It really did. Yeah. I really appreciate you.
Oh my gosh. You gave out all the gifts. Jeez, that's
Hi,
crazy.
y'all.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, guys.
I'll throw up Vegan Traveler. I'm leaving right now, but I'll pull you up just to have you up here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just coming up for a minute. I'm actually watching my father right now, and he's
I'm
not
so
doing very
sorry.
well. So,
Okay.
yeah. He's,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I hope everything gets better and okay.
It won't. It's not.
I'm so sorry.
No.
Is there anything we can do, Vegan Traveler? Is there anything we can do for you?
No, I'm just, I'll talk to
Okay.
you guys about it later. It's not intimate. It's going to be a while, but still, I was hoping he'd make it to 100, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I lost my dad at 80. He died last year at 82.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, my husband's not far behind here, so don't say that.
My dad was 54,
That
man.
is way
That's
too
young.
young.
That's really young.
That's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, I
It doesn't
lost my
make it-
sister really young. She was 62. So
You're gonna, just stay strong and stay connected.
Reach
and
out to any of us.
stay real.
I would love to
Yeah.
talk to you.
Yes,
Like, give me a
yes.
private message. I'd love to talk to you.
I agree. I don't know if I have anything extra to add,
just
but if you
talk
need
to.
just somebody to reach
Yeah.
out to and I'm around you. Yeah.
Anybody.
Anybody.
I wish I could give you a hug through the screen. I can't do it.
I know. It's okay. I'm going to wake him up pretty soon. He's been sleeping all day.
We send you a
I think
virtual hug.
Yeah.
A group hug.
Love the Vegan Traveler right
hug.
now, okay? I want to see all the green hearts. Green hearts for Vegan Traveler. Travel. I keep saying Traveler. Travel. Vegan Travel.
Yeah. The other one is what my business site is Green Earth Travel, so it gets confusing.
Funny if I see
sometimes.
it.
Did you see just one last note, did you see my profile? I don't know if you can pull it up and see it. I tried to do it last night. It's called Carnivore Cruise Lines, and then it says KILL, your travel
It won't
agent.
let me expand it for some reason. Dang it.
Yeah, I won't do
Okay,
it. You
I'll
can
come
see
look
it
at
on my
Absolutely.
business page.
Well, darn. Okay.
But that's been around for like 20 years. Dave Coverley, who's the cartoonist, actually gave me the go ahead.
Oh, that's awesome. The actual artist
To
did
do that.
Wow.
So that's, it turns out, I don't know if he's vegan. I know he's vegetarian, but I don't know if he's vegan.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to definitely check out your cover art. If you're not following Vegan Travel, please go follow Vegan Travel. And actually all the vegan. Or Green Earth Travel.
Green Earth Travel.
Okay,
Green Earth
follow
Travel's
Green Earth
better.
Travel. All right. Go do it right now.
That's
Oh, look
more
at all the
important right
hearts. Oh, I love it.
I started doing lives, by the way. I did a live on. I think I might do it on Sunday
Okay, I'm gonna write
mornings,
that down
just
to
for
make sure I'm
fun.
checking on Sunday, looking for you. Okay.
Yeah. Now you're
Exactly.
making
You're
me
being
do it, so
held
I have to.
accountable. Exactly. Okay. I have it written down so I remember.
And
There
I
you
need to think
go.
of different
I
topics that
love it. That's
travel for
fantastic.
people.
That's something that definitely needs to be talked about. So appreciate it.
Okay.
I would
Maybe
love
we can
that.
do one together.
Yes, let's do that. Let's plan on it. Okay. We'll
Yeah,
talk
let's
about
do
it in
it.
our private message. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Okay.
Well, with that, Life, by the way, hello. I didn't actually officially say hello to you. Hello. It's good to see you. Well, I am going to end it here, though. If you're not vegan, be vegan. And please follow all the vegans on my panel right now. I have a huge list, but they are all solid activists. Please go find them here on TikTok, YouTube, all the platforms. Definitely, these guys are all on TikTok, clearly. Please go follow them. And you'll see when they're up on other vegan panels or when they're live. But, you know, it's just good to see as many vegans talking about this stuff and asking questions as much as possible. So, yeah. Yes, so I will be live with anti-animal use sometime this week, and we haven't voted on if we're going to do outreach, but we're going to definitely be live either. It'll be Saturday morning for sure, but I don't know if we're going to do something on Friday. So just keep an eye on us this weekend. And Vegan Stoner Lady, I haven't decided what I'm doing with that either because it depends on what anti-animal use does. But this Friday and Saturday, keep an eye out.
Well, yeah.
I'll send you a
Let me
message for
know.
sure.
Let me
I don't know why
know.
my camera is just being so stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I
Okay.
will send you
Cool.
a message.
All right, guys. See ya. See ya. Whoever's
Yes,
going live
probably
next.
Universe, I'm sure.
Come over there. He hasn't been really going live because he's been working a lot, from what I heard.
He's actually been going live
later.
late.
Okay.
He
Gotcha.
goes live late.
Yeah, later. Yeah. I caught him just as I was going to sleep last night, and I always peruse TikTok
Oh,
for
Universe?
ASMR.
You saw him live?
So I saw him live,
All right.
but it was late.
Well, whoever is
Yeah.
going live, go look for a vegan who's live right now. I'm sure there is one on YouTube. I'm sure Axel or Jake Lagatere is going to be live, so definitely look for them. Oh, thank you, by the way, Lori. You donated so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for all the donations, Lori. You gave me flowers, and I gave it all of us, right? Oh,
I know you've been
oh my
sleeping.
gosh, a little cow.
Yeah, was that you,
was
Lori? Thank you for
And
the
then
gift.
Herbivorous
My
gave us
goodness.
Vegan Travel. You gave a bunch of roses. Oh my
Thank
gosh,
you.
thank you so much, and a super GG. Yeah,
That's so
thank you.
nice of you
Freesia,
guys.
you gave a heart too. Wow. Oh my gosh. And then NJ Animal Save Movement. Thank you so much. I'm assuming New Jersey. NJ. That's amazing. Wow. Look at all that hearts. You sent a crane. And then Vegan Tattoo Artist. Oh my gosh. You guys, thank you so much. And you gave to everybody.
Awesome evening.
Oh my God. And Yasmin. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I shouted out everyone. And Melissa. Melissa was from last time. Woo! Melissa is an advocate, I believe in Germany, I want to say. I think you were talking to them. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yep.
Sarah, of course. Sarah is, wow, my God. I didn't realize this kept going. Sarah gave a bunch. Kelly Belly gave a bunch. Cole, Artemis, or Artem the Cuckoo. I can't read the whole name. It won't let me read the whole thing. The Cool Bro. Thank you so much. I see you sent some hearts. Tupo. I don't know what. Tuppo? Oh my God. So many from Tuppo. And Sarp. Okay, guys, I'm exhausted from reading these names. Thank you so much for the donations. It all goes towards either anti-animal use or vegan stoner lady. It goes towards the activism. So I really appreciate it. It really does make a difference. I don't know what's wrong with my camera and why it's being an ass, but I'm just going to end it here anyway. So, yeah. So if you're not vegan, be vegan and go follow all the vegan activists. Does anybody want to say anything real quick?
Be kind, be compassionate, go vegan.
Perfect advice. Well said indeed.
Well said.
Well said indeed. I don't know what's wrong with my camera. This is really annoying. There we go.
Thank you for having me.
Your camera
I
is
guess
saying
so.
you
That
need
is
to
what it
break.
say. It just keeps slowly fading my face out for some reason. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna go now. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great day, okay? Yeah, right.
Curtain
It's
is
dying.
closing.
It's slowly dying.
Take care.
All right. I'll see y'all later. You have a great day. Oh my goodness. This is so funny. Wow. Man. That camera is bad. Why is it so bad? Oh my gosh. Wow, 5,000 views. That's not what I expected. Wow, TikTok blew up. I mean, 5,000 isn't that much for TikTok, but for me, that's a lot. So, wow, I appreciate all those views. It looks like we got about 700 here on YouTube, which is okay. Usually YouTube, we do a little better, but I appreciate all the vegans that have been in the chat. You guys are amazing. Oh, thank you, another damn vegan. You're awesome. I see you at almost so many lives. I see you. You're active. Thank you for being out there, another damn vegan. I really appreciate you. Ben from Berlin, I appreciate you being in the chat too. I know you're not a mod, but you are still a solid player in my chat. I see you active in there. So kudos to you. Thank you. I do appreciate you being here, really. I really do. Angela. Who's Angela? Angela, apparently you are awesome. Appreciate Angela. Oh, another damn vegan. You're Angela. Oh my gosh. Yes. Angela, you're awesome. I actually didn't know your real name. So thank you, Ben, for leaking that to me. Yay. Okay. It is another damn vegan. I was like, hopefully I'm not just guessing here. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yes, Angela is awesome. Amazing. Really appreciate another damn vegan. You're amazing, really. Thank you so much for all being here. I feel like I should do something like Chip. Chip is so good about being like the first one to comment and all that stuff. He's really good about that. I'm not as good about it. I know that I think it was No Injustice Lasts Forever was the first one to comment. And so thank you for that. I don't remember who was second. I think I shouted out at the beginning, but thank you guys. I honestly wouldn't be able to do this without you. Like truly, it is wearing on soul to talk to people over and over again and to hear them be so mean to animals, like just with their words in general, obviously in real or in physical form too, but just to hear them say like animals don't matter, they don't feel, it really hurts to hear, especially when you've had to say goodbye to companions and they feel, that they want to live. So having you guys behind me really does make a difference. It gives me strength. So thank you for that. Angela with an extra A. That's right. Or Angel with an extra A. Oh, that's cute. I love that. Oh, Angela, that's great. Angel with an A. I love it, Lambretta. That was very clever. Aw, thank you, vegan cats. Well, I'll end it here. I'll try to not draw it out. I do get lost in talking to you guys into the chat. I don't know why. It's just so easy to talk to you guys. So thank you for being there. Yeah, abortion is a medical procedure between the person who is experiencing a pregnancy of some sort and whoever is helping them with that situation. That's their business, not yours, right? You have the business of caring about your own choices. Where do you put your hand in the grocery store? What aisle do you walk down? What are you walking out of the store with, right? So focus on your own choices before you start telling others what to do. Yeah, exactly. Axel's going live. Everybody go to Axel right now, okay? I'm going to get off here and y'all have a great vegan day. And I will see you either Friday. Well, I'll see you Saturday for sure, but I might see you Friday. So keep an eye on Anti-Animal Use and Vegan Stoner Lady, okay? And I'll see you guys later. I'll see you in the other chats. Thank you, Lambretta, for letting us know. I'll see you guys later. Be vegan if you're not vegan. La, 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 la.